the Fall of Avalon playthrough, where we are playing as a two-handed mercenary kind of guy that is an opportunist at best and a semi-hero for hire at worst, so, or vice versa. In either case, we now have the requirements to wield the lightning, which is a hammer that is incredibly powerful, incredibly overpowered in my opinion, and it just melts every single enemy in our vicinity. So we're using the big bonk, which was tons of fun as well, but we've switched over to the lightning for a period of time. Let's jump right in. We've got plenty of things to cover in today's playthrough, so without further ado, let's get started. All right.
Sometimes it's nice to just...
Let's see where we kind of left off. We were focusing on clearing out some of these caves and different areas around here. Just as I've mentioned kind of in the past, the druidic shrines that are all located throughout the area, if you make an offering to them, you get a piece of like a new set. That's pretty good for, like, I would say mages or battle mages, so something you can definitely consider. But what we're going to be doing is considering exploring some more of these areas that have not been fully explored and delved into, and then we're going to come across here, pick up some side quests, and then we've got tons of exploration up here. So we got a lot to do. Taking down any bounties along the way is always fun, which we already did most of. So let's go ahead and take our way, kind of like a scenic route down here. And then we're going to be going all the way through the coast. As I've mentioned, there's tons of great quests in this game, and I still haven't beat it on my off-stream profile. I had a really busy weekend, and I wasn't really able to get a lot done in terms of, you know, my off-stream file. So we're probably going to be outpacing my off-stream profile before long. But you know what we can try to do that would be lots of fun? There are duel knights or duelist knights that can be fought in each of the main areas. There's 3 main areas of this game, and so we can actually battle with Abigor, and I say we go ahead and give it a shot, because why not? What a better way to start the stream. Oh, he's big, he's strong, he's big and strong. But can he deal with the lightning hammer? Oh my gosh. How did he one-shot? He just one-shot me? It was my stamina that went down. I didn't even see my health go down there. That's hilarious. But that is how you duel. You actually fight with each of the... there's 3 knights, 1 in each main area. And there's an achievement tied to it, actually. So there are certain things I do want to share with you in terms of achievements that I haven't been covering. I'm not really big on achievement hunting or anything like that, but I do like to collect everything in-game, explore all the content in-game. But I don't really care much for hunting achievements. Just really quickly, while we're here at the front gate, remember that whenever you first approach the gate, it is going to be locked, and you can have, I think, Odrin here. And what you can do is you can approach the front gate and wake him up, or you can actually go this path that we're going to be going into. And if you sneak in through the back, essentially, and don't go through the front gate and reach Fergus, you can get an achievement. And that achievement is obviously for those who were sneaky enough to try and find a different way inside of the keep. So we've gone down this path several times, all the way through to Dressed, which was the druid on the beach over here. Let's go ahead and pick up all this ore along the way. I know I missed some copper ore earlier, but it's no big deal. Get some more. Why not? That way we can upgrade some stuff. At some point, anyways. Everybody's already dead. I love that. I love that for us. Did we make an offering? I believe we did. Very good. Yeah, it's always good to make the offerings. If not, they are marked on your map. So say you don't have any animal parts and you don't have any animals in your vicinity, you can always come back to them and scour the map for them in a different order. So he had told us to go ahead and complete the ritual so we can get the full effect. Almost in a suspicious way, but we'll see exactly what he's talking about in due time. We'll be doing that quest along with others. And we will make certain decisions despite my moral grayness. that, you know, I don't know. I don't necessarily, there are certain things that I would kind of side against, but I am going to go along with for the sake of completion and for the sake of our ability to experience all the different quest lines and not have any kind of fail. There are so many overlapping quest lines, in fact, that if you don't like create a save beforehand, it's very easy for you to say, oh, I completely missed that. You know, I haven't explored that, but we can probably go on the other side of it as well. I think it just makes us pop out on the other side, I'm sure. Ooh, or not. I like it. I say we go explore that. Right now what we're doing is we're just on the kind of like the beach and the coastline. We're going to be coming back up and around. Let's see if there's anything in the water. Search for any underwater treasures. Ooh, look at that. Tenacious archer and the firm bow. I love the firmness. Wow, master lockpick thief guy right here. Alright, 2 treasure boxes, nothing too crazy. The Tenacious Archer is pretty decent because it allows you to, you know, like any bow users, you can just pull your bowstring back and knock your arrows faster than you can imagine, so it's pretty nice. Let's see, what do we got down here? A lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing right now. I'm disappointed. No treasures, you say? That means I want to go in here and see if there's potentially a different route. It was right over here, actually. Somewhere. Unless that was it. Oh, my cat's going crazy again. Oh, it was here. Okay. There's no reason for her to be meowing like that, just so that everybody knows. She is taken care of. She's just mad because I'm streaming and not paying attention to her. Loot. That's what we needed. Another. So much easier to come from this angle. Love how there's fire arrows underwater. That's a thing of beauty. Let's catch our breath. Don't die and go back down. I saw a movie like that, super claustrophobic. I think it was like, oh man, something caves or something, and they had to like literally like use the bubbles to get their oxygen, and I would be dead. There's just no way that's happening for me. That's just no Colby. If it ain't Colby Jack himself. Colby says our cat's also just randomly crying to the abyss. It's chill. Yeah, it's creepy. Actually, it's real creepy. You know, there's like, we have a guest bathroom, and whenever if I go into it or whatever, one cat in particular will always go to where like the towel rack is and then put her 2 hands on and just cry like the creepiest cry every time. I'm like, why do you do that? Like, there is no reason to do that. And it's just scary, you know? They see things. They see oh my gosh. Okay, I almost killed him. I almost killed my little my little pet. Axolotl. Yeah, cats are weird, man. Love them, but they're weird. So this is how you'd get through, and you'd go on through this gate. You'd approach Tiernan, and then go all the way to Fergus, and essentially you can get the achievement by going through the back entrance as opposed to, or the village entrance really, as opposed to the main keep entrance. So pretty cool. This is a merchant. You can just get different stuff from him. He does have, well, I wouldn't say like a unique thing, but it's called Fisherman's Breath, which is a meal that you can't really see too often. I don't even know if I have the recipe for it yet. This dude's just hating on Orla because she's a fellow merchant. She happens to be a woman, happens to be from Timberwall. So he doesn't like it. But he's also, I think, a refugee.
I broke my.
Oh, he's from Kuanok, that's right.
You've never heard of they trout? That's what.
Now the Guild of Explorers, or the Geographers, sorry, they are pretty much like, it's funny because all they do is put up like, hey, here's a sign for historical, this historical marker here or there, and it's really funny because like, you guys are pretty much just like the people that put those historical sites all over in the US, and it's like, I've never heard of this area. But apparently King Arthur loved them.
Then there's the rest.
Alright, we're just exhausting his dialogue, and then yeah, see Fisherman's Breath. That's the one thing that you can see here. He also has a shovel and fish eye, and he happens to have a spyglass if we didn't already have one or need it. I'm gonna buy a few more of these actually. The lockpicks in particular, I've been running kind of low on them. We're gonna get rid of our firm bow, and let's see what else. We're not really running too much mana, so we can get rid of our mana potions too, but man, if you look at how much we're getting for that, it's like nothing. So I kind of don't want to get robbed by this guy. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Another thing though is I'm not really a big fan of some of the items that I have equipped either, so this is just a regular dagger, so no thanks, right? The arrows as well, I mean, I haven't really used them, so I wouldn't mind getting rid of some of this stuff too. Like, why do the merchants always talk the most trash? You would think they'd really be kissing your butt. They do not. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your services. Alright. You can actually fix this if you have sufficient wood. We'll be speaking with Tiernan so he can give us the quest to do that. So there's a little bit of fixer-uppers we can do in this this village area. This is again where the refugees are, so kind of not in good shape, honestly. And the people here are not taken care of at all. So we're going to pick up this fast travel point, and then we can speak with a handful of people. Honestly, we're going to need to rest, because most people are going to be sleeping. So let's rest it up. 5:30 should be fine. Matthias says, hey Inhuman, I hope all is well with you. I just remembered today that since we got ice cream the day you fought the paintress, I never got to see if you beat her and your response to the intro of Act 3. Oh gosh, I don't think I made it that far. I got to where I was fighting Clair and Obscur, and then Clair Obscur, and I kept fighting every single person, and I searched for all these goodies. So I was just on the path to proceed forward. So I have not fought with her yet, but I do plan on doing that here soon so that I can finish up that playthrough. Absolutely. So no, you didn't miss that epic part, and I'm super glad you didn't, because I didn't know that was just right around the corner. I knew you had mentioned it, but I didn't know how close. So that's pretty awesome. We are going to be... That's good that that's the end of Act 2 though, because man, I was like, this game is amazing. It just takes forever, and now... You know, it's just hard to get a playthrough done in such a short time the way I play, because I try to be so thorough, and sometimes it can be this are very long. It make for very long playthroughs, unfortunately. But anyway, so there's a few quest givers here. Pretty much everybody in here can do something to give us some sort of quest, except these gents here, and then there will be some gentlemen over here. But let's go ahead and exhaust some of this dialogue and put some of this stuff up. Let's see, what can we put away? I need all of that. So we need better gear. That's one thing we can work for and work towards today as well. Put away some of these ingredients for now. The chest, as far as I know, is just about endless, like a bottomless box, a la Dark Souls. So you can stash just about anything. Oh my gosh, that little guy, he's so cute. He either scares me to death or he's super cute. So we're going to speak with him really quickly. This is a great way to go ahead and progress some of these other quest lines and get some more experience. And Sigibald was the ghost that we saw. Well, actually, I kind of spoiled that for you. He was a guy that was acting really weird, acting like he knew us. He's actually a ghost, so... We'll find that out here in due time. There's lots of talking with ghosts in this game, by the way. So they have pancakes here, which look delicious. Never noticed that before. Oof, he's got the good stuff. And bread. So I don't think there's a bread recipe, but there's certainly bread that you can get. So, all right. This guy is tied to a quest as well.
It was that not. I don't know.
I don't have an alcohol. How about this?
You, we went
Berg and Finley. Pretty much we need to be speaking with all the other individuals. You need to get all of the stories and the sides of the story, not just one. So exhaust everybody's dialogue, because if you don't, you will not get the truth in that quest. So we'll be chatting with everybody here along this way as well. Alyssa is a fashion kind of girl.
And I mean clean, not just wiped 3
You didn't miss it, Matthias. Yeah, we'll be doing that here soon. Do I look like a bar wench to you? I'm like, I'm sorry, but who are you?
My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts.
Right. This is one of the romance options, just so you guys know. I'm gonna see if I can reduce the size of the dialogue so I'm not blocking it with my massive shoulders. I've been working out. Your dress is unique.
Thank you. I designed it myself. I wanted to blend in with the people of the South.
I think it looks cool, actually. Very fish inspired.
Brave light keepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style, and I do believe I've succeeded.
I mean, it looks cool to me. I think it looks sick.
Everyone here gazing at me with awe.
So, as I said before, she is one of several romance options. I want to say there's probably about 4. There's one that's a secret, and if you pursue it, it will give you one of the endings very quickly. So we can say yes, definitely. Everybody says your dress is exquisite. I'm gonna try it, even though my percentage is pretty low.
Give it a few weeks, and everyone here will be trying to copy me. It happens in Camelot all the time. It's almost insufferable.
Matthias says, I talk with ghosts all the time, yet they call me schizophrenic. Plot twist. Just kidding, of course. Just said it for comedic value as well to give you a different perspective. Definitely don't have schizophrenia. So you tell me. Just kidding, I believe you. We're all a little crazy here. What are you doing in the South?
Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Light Keepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell... it's like stale fish.
I love that smell.
Sweat. Hopefully I don't have to suffer it much longer. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand?
I do. Just tell me what needs to be done.
You see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted.
Uh-oh.
Forcibly, if there's no other.
Squatters.
You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid. I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
Sweet. Alright, now we have her quest. This is going to be a fun one. I have yet to complete her quest, and I haven't romanced anybody, because I'm under the perspective that I don't know if you're limited to your romance options or if you can romance as many people as possible. So you have a male option, a female option, a different option, and I don't want to spoil it. It's really cool. And, you know, I think there's one more if I'm not mistaken. Let's speak with Elaine. We have to do some reading, and I'm going to need your help. Reading Comprehension 101. Let's go.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Unfortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
Who are you?
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
Great to meet you. What are you doing here?
Oh, biding my time, until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with.
I can help out. Tell me what you need.
Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
This child needs to know the details first.
I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object, a figure most likely, which has the ability to dispel the worriedness like a menhir can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters.
Alright, Matthias says, oh my goodness, dude, my wife and I finally watched The Last Duel, which we've had the DVD for a while, just never watched it till recently. And wow, that movie's crazy. Huh. The Last Duel. Tell me more, tell me more. And Elaine, tell me more about this book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Fine. Could you hand me the book, my lady?
Oh, and they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, 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 get to reading.
So we are going to read it, actually, because she gives us a little quiz on our comprehension. So let's read it, and I want to see if you guys pay attention too. It was not a good place, especially not for humans. The odd instruments used for gods know what, the signs written in strange language, and that disturbing figure. To this day, the mere memory of it makes me shiver. And to think that all of this was, and maybe still is, lurking so close to the Horns of the South. If you ask me, they should bury the entrance to that mine and seal it up forever. I tried to convince Captain Lex not to take anything from those accursed chambers, but he wouldn't listen. The four-armed figure didn't look like all that much to me, but I could see how alluring it was to the captain. It reminded me of those strange menhirs I heard about from the inland villagers, only not so impressive in stature. On the captain's orders, we threw the cargo into the hold and steered towards the Isle of the Dread and its island asylum. Isle of the Dead. My bad. Isle of the Dead, writing these words and reflecting on everything that happened afterwards, I realize now how cruel that name is. I was wrenched from my musings by a roaring sound almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me at the mast like a rag doll. It took a while for me to realize that something had hit the bottom of the ship, something huge. Water flooded the deck. People running around and screaming, or at least those who hadn't already been thrown overboard earlier. I had no idea what was happening. Did Nali ram us into some rocks? Then came another blow, this time the port side. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the South has heard stories about the terror from the deep, and there she was. Her scaly body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight I will never forget as long as I live. The ship was sinking, yet I could not stop staring at the spot where I had seen the sea monster. A moment later, a piece of the mast hit me in the head, and I lost consciousness. To this day, I do not know whether I owe my survival to the will of the gods, a twist of fate, or a whim of the monster. Why me? Was I chosen to tell this story? If so, that is what I shall do, and I humbly offer my thanks to forces I cannot comprehend for giving me the chance to fulfill this task. Ooh. Alright, did everybody comprehend what we read?
The Last Voyage of the Andraste?
We're going to say yes.
Splendid, splendid. According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
A figurine of a Four-Dweller.
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destiny?
He said Isle of the Dead is what I thought. Ugh. Island Asylum?
Correct.
Okay,
Be very
that was a guess.
careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Dead.
That's the truth.
Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a Four-Dweller artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
The Terror of the Deep. A sea monster.
Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary Terror from the Deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious...
And this is something we will certainly be doing in due time. Where exactly did she sink?
Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
Sounds good to me. Alright, now what we're going to do is we need to place our little creature somewhere because he's so noisy. That little bugger. I'm going to put him over here actually because there's nobody that I know anyways that ever comes this way. Come on, little guy. Come on. Okay, I want you to... I'm going to pet you. Good boy. And I want you to stay here. He's so noisy. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to head this way and continue doing our little bit of searching. So let's see here. Matthias is giving us a synopsis of the Last Duel. Okay, so the movie with Matt Damon, Adam Driver, the dude that played Kylo Ren, Ben Solo in the newest Star Wars trilogy, in case you didn't know who he was, and also plays the knight, and Adam Driver's character gets charged with taking advantage of Matt Damon's character's wife. I guess I could have said she got brutally assaulted by Adam Driver's character, and that's what's crazy. This movie was supposedly actually inspired by true events. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. Now, we need to make sure that we have some alcohol on us. We need 5 alcohol. Have I chatted with this guy already?
Bloody hell, I don't. I know. What the hell? I'm a. Listen, then hell, these. What's with all the.
Okay.
Then you.
I don't know if I have that quest activated just yet. Let's see here. Let's look at our inventory and see what quest items we have and don't have. Yeah, I don't know if I picked it up yet. Now I'm curious. Let's go over here. We're going to explore the rest of this area as well, though. Tyrion's just right here. He wants us to fix certain things. All we say is, hey, we're not going to cause any issues. You can offer to help fix the deck and things like that. And then he also has like a shop, so he will sell all kinds of things like this for us. So like pretty much decorative items and all that. So pretty cool if you want to get rid of or purchase a home and then decorate it. There is a refugee that bit somebody. We already know his name was Cole. And Bertress was his wife, so we're going to be meeting him in just a moment. But I want to see if... Did we speak to Dara yet and pick up the antidote? Ah, there you go. So we need Golbon's medication. In order for the keepers to go through the village and back, they need a pass. And he does not have any passes. So essentially he's going to ask us to... Wait, did he not give us what we needed? I may not have picked the right choices, but it's okay because as long as we have enough alcohol, we can speak to the dad. The medication is not the important thing. It's actually the location that he leads us to, so nothing too crazy. I did not know about that movie, and it's funny because Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are in a lot of movies together. Let's go ahead and purchase some alcohol really quickly. Or, you know, I stashed so much of it away. As long as I have at least 5 or 6, that'll be sufficient. So let's go ahead and go to our stash instead. We don't need to waste money. We're on the saving grind right now. So not potions, but okay, maybe so. Where's my drinks? Oh, take. That's what I need. Where are my drinks? They did update the game, just so you guys know, so that now you can see everything in the stash when you're putting away or taking things, which is, oh my gosh, it makes the game playable now, at least in terms of like, let me change out my gear. It's not such a chore anymore. I need some drink. Okay, there you go. We can chat with everybody here just to kind of exhaust their dialogue. They just talk about how they're not really happy with Fergus. These are older keepers that are more used to the way things used to be. Not really happy with the current leadership. And certainly not happy with Fergus or the, honestly, Galahad or anybody to come. So, let's see. Alright, we've exhausted that dialogue as well. We're going to leave, and then we're going to talk to the old guy immediately to the left. He was owed, and he was given the actual land. He was owed because the guy that owned it had claimed by a lord. Now he's mad. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Matt Damon's in there too, and Ben Affleck. That's nuts. I've never heard of that. I would like to see it. Let's go ahead and speak to this old guy again. He's gonna ask for drinks just to divulge information about certain things. Essentially, he's just like a mean old guy saying, I'm not sick, I'm fine, and he wants alcohol just every time you ask him a question. He is Dara's father, and he's going to be giving us information about this keep and the reason why he actually drinks so much. It's because he did, you know, some service with the Horns as a keeper, and they kind of just led him to this dead, like this, you know, pretty much a mission that was sent to die. And unfortunately, it was the previous captain that sent him to like the dungeon. And in this area, it was just really, really unsafe. And they had to abandon everybody that was there that died, so. Alright, so now we have a new quest. This is one that we're going to be doing next. So we do get some, even though we gave 5 alcohol away, we get 3 wines back. So not bad. Not bad at all. A good trade-off. Pick up this sage. We're going to speak with Bertress, remember, or Beatrice, Beatrice actually. She was the one that one of the keepers said, oh, please give this flower arrangement. We're going to go ahead and speak with her.
What do you want? Well,
everybody is kind of upset, and they've kind of caged Cole, her husband, like an animal because he bit a keeper. But something happened to them, and they were, as they were kind of camped out next to the Arch Spire, which is an area that we have explored before, near the largest kind of source of ethereal cobwebs, we were near that area, but they camped there, and unfortunately they all had some weird shared dream, and we're gonna go investigate what happened there. So
One there if they hot. Well, it's off bar.
but we're gonna skip a lot of the dialogue because it's quite extensive. Very, very fun, very good though, honestly. But
Well, that Alice, we with it.
all right, and now we can speak with her again if we have the flowers in hand, and we can say, one of the keepers gave me these flowers. It was a gesture of solidarity with your group. And
You know the
actually,
meaning of those flowers.
the configuration and those flowers means nasty, nasty stuff like revenge, and that they're, you know, like it's a really mean gesture, unfortunately.
Revenge? There's nothing nice about it.
See, and so she's very upset about it.
Thank you. Take. Oh, as we play. Yeah, we had. But
So back home, she used to have a tavern. Her parents stayed, but the weirdness started creeping in, bandits, and so they had to leave. And unfortunately, there's nothing back for her. But yeah, we got the 75 XP for that. Not much at all, but still something good. And remember that time whenever we saved Morris from Kate the Bald, or Cat the Bald? We're actually going to go back, and now he's here. And this is his wife, Rosen. So we're going to speak with both of them.
You dear. Cat is dead. We're safe here now.
and they just let you in with that brand. No trouble at all.
No, none at all. You see, I had some help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're here. Good. This is my savior. The only one who took down Bald Cat.
You darn right I did.
I really owe you for that.
It was my pleasure.
Here, I got a reward for Cat's head. Of course, no one believed I was the one who killed her. But to that pencil pusher up there, a head's a head.
And this is from me. It's not much, but no amount of gold could ever repay having my husband back. No need to worry, love. As long as we're together, we'll be just fine.
Yes. I hope they'll let us stay here a bit longer.
Like,
Alright, so we completed that quest and we leveled up. Cool thing about this particular quest is that you can actually begin it by speaking to Rosin. So if you do come to the village earlier than exploring the windmill, you can actually speak to her and she'll say, oh my gosh, my missing husband. And she mentions that Cat the Bald is the one who branded his face and made him look like he was a, of course, a bandit with that mark. And so he was unable to get jobs or work or anything like that. So she took him in and used him for tanning purposes. And essentially, the cool thing about this, though, is that I actually, on my 100% file that I'm doing, there's two files I'm doing off stream. One is to kind of make sure if we go back through, I can do 100% guide for you guys. It's quite extensive. There's so many things to miss and so many overlapping quests. But essentially, you do have to pick certain paths, and it would take more than one playthrough. But essentially, going back to what I said is the manner and the order in which you speak to people will interact. It will actually impact the quest, how you get the quest, and the dialogue that you see. So it's just really, really neat. Really well fleshed out, in my opinion. So you can find him first randomly on a whim like I did, or you can speak with her first and you get a quest to kind of search for him. So really neat stuff. There will be a quest here that does kind of help this individual named Ellis, and he is a goldsmith. So everybody else is kind of just, you know, here for decoration, essentially.
No. Right. Don't.
So he's a goldsmith, and this will be important for later because remember the lady that gave us the quest to read the book and find the shipwreck? Well, her name's Elaine, and she has a very special chain that she has that she was given, actually. It's kind of like an heirloom, and unfortunately, it's damaged. Well, blacksmiths are too heavy-handed, but this guy's a goldsmith, so he can have the ability to work on certain things that other people cannot. So we're going to try and help, you know, somebody around here. This is Frong. He was also part of the refugees that came along with Cole and Beatrice. He's a Dalrita, or was a Dalrita, that never got named. So in his culture, he's just kind of like an outcast. So he's been, his adoptive father is now Dugald. So he's kind of taken care of Frong since he was a boy. So that's all we're getting here. All of this is just good dialogue and cool backstory for the villagers. but nothing too important for us in terms of quest lines or anything like that. So now we're going to be going back through here, and we're going to complete that quest that I talked about so we can get the keys for the dungeon. Otherwise, you never get access to this area and you will just suck. You miss out on something really fun, in my opinion. So just kidding, you don't suck. But if you suck at the game, I'm here to help. Matthias says, dude, I can't believe women and people's daughters were just treated like property back then. But I guess in some ways I can't say back then because it's still going on. Just crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting the way they treated women, and the way women are treated in some parts of the world and stuff. Just, they were treated as property, like you say, and it was called chattel. Just like, you know, any other kind of like non-real estate property. It's just ridiculous, man. But yeah, that's a real thing. I could say even for any kind of like equality, there's been progress, but I mean, still, there's much more to go, right? We've definitely made progress in certain ways, but there is still much improvement to be had.
Just keep your head down. When the fog and
Let's see if we can
seagulls still ship sometimes.
progress this any.
Many of those fly.
Nope, because I spoke to Fergus, he kept him on there, so that's fine. Again, another option is if you have high enough perception, you can share your concern, and then eventually he'll bring him indoors, so that's not a bad thing to do. But you do need certain like skill checks or speech checks, you know. Perception is one of those that you do want to have high enough in certain instances when you're completing certain quests, and that's one of them in particular. This wood's going to be important for Tyrannid's quest. That's how we fix up the dock. This is just an infinite supply of free wood that replenishes pretty much daily. You're going to need about 50 wood for the deck, and then once you complete the quest, you can actually purchase, or you can, you know, cut and chop some more wood at these locations. There's one at Marg's camp as well. Let's go ahead and complete this guy's quest. This is Sigibald. He's actually a ghost. So we got his documents, but to be honest, Ron was a bit confused.
Yes? What's the matter, my friend?
Well, you're dead.
You're really good at this today. Wait. Oh, you're serious.
Just a bit.
For
Uh-oh, he's like, uh-oh.
so many years, I've been afraid to open this letter. But it looks like I needed to read it. Well, it is what it is, right? And I've been wondering why no one wants to talk to me. I thought to myself, are they mad at me or what? But why are you talking to me? How can you see me?
I'm special. I wish I knew.
Anyway, may the All-Mother bless your path. See you next time.
And that's it. But we do get something called the Eerie Incense, sorry, and this increases your armor by 1. It's just a consumable. It's the only one that I've seen, honestly, so I'd keep it. I'm a hoarder. He will actually walk around as a ghost in the camp the entire time. He'll go sleep in the barracks, and he just acts like a normal NPC. It's not dead. Pretty funny. Now, this is the idiot that gave the woman the carnations in that really rude gesture, so let's speak with this guy. I hate this guy. Patrice wasn't happy about your flowers.
So the bitch understood the meaning, yes? I'm glad. They should all be scared shitless. Even more so after Cole got what he deserved.
What was that what you planned from the beginning?
Congratulations on your powers of observation. Those vagrants should know that since they live on our dime, they also live by our mercy. I can do anything to them, and they can't do shit. My plan was perfect.
That's sick.
It's necessary. And I don't have to explain myself to you. You're from nowhere, so you're nobody. Become a keeper, and you'll have the right to punch me in the face. But, as it is, you'd only get thrown in jail for starting a fight with a keeper. The refugees are a tumor on the healthy body of the Horns of the South. Remember this, and make wise decisions.
What a jerk, man. That's all he says. There's a way to become a keeper, and maybe if we do that, we go and punch his ass in the face. Because he deserves it, honestly. Oh yeah, they would get ridiculed like, just by saying the truth. I mean, they would just get completely, like, their whole reputation would be destroyed. It's insane how much, you know, how little their word meant, I should say. Alright, let's put some stuff up. Well, there's not much we can put up. We can keep the wood on our person for now. And we can put that up as well. Why not? Let's see. I like my weapon. I'm not putting that anywhere, but I'm just trying to see if there's maybe a different set of armor we can wear. This requires quite a bit of spirituality. 11. That's a ton. Okay. 4 dex, 8 perception, 6 spirituality. There's tons of spirituality stuff here. All of the spirituality. Anything that's just strength based, please. They don't like just strong guys in this game, apparently. Ooh, Molten Lightning. Decrease stamina cost by dual wielding. Oh, never mind. Wowzers, there's really nothing for strong people like myself. We have increased fizz damage. Let's see here. Attack speed, mana shield, increased crit chance. Max stamina, increased armor. 15 health after killing an enemy. Stamina regen is huge. That's a big chunk right there. Spell power, magic crit chance, and max mana. Mana regen. I don't know. I kind of like this. It'd be nice if you could equip things kind of from this menu as well, though, honestly. Put that away. So we have physical damage ring and encumbrance ring. I'm happy with that. That's fine. We'll get that stamina regen. Okay, cool. So we're good there. We are going to go ahead and speak to Fergus so we can get the key to the dungeons.
I just heard that some old man named Morris showed up at the keep, dragging the head of bald Kate just so he could be with his wife in the Horns.
That was me.
Can you imagine? I still can't tell whether it's bravery or he's just out of his mind. Probably a bit of both.
If only he knew that was me, right? So we're going to give him all the tags we have. 900 more, that's good. 900 coins, that's a thing of beauty.
There are a few barrels. I don't really people for these.
Alright, I spoke with Beatrice. Her husband is locked in a cage in the village. Beatrice.
I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. Time isn't exactly on our side. Mahon's condition worsens with each passing night. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, including myself, really knows what's going on. Maybe a fresh perspective is exactly what we need. If you find any clues, follow them. I'm only interested in the details, and ideally, the solutions.
Alright, so we will be completing that quest as well. We'll be going back near the Arch Spire and we can farm up some ethereal cobwebs while we're at it. And then we can say Goban mentioned the tunnels and the former captain.
Captain Hagen. Well, he was a man driven by pride and a certain disregard for caution. He sent men to explore those old tunnels beneath the keep. Somehow, he got it into his head that there was something valuable down in those tunnels. Treasures, relics, who knows what else. But the truth is, we know what was there. In the Age of Legends, it was just a hospital. There was some kind of outbreak or plague, and the place was sealed off. Nothing left to find, or so the records say.
Isn't it only right to bury the keepers?
Yes, it weighs on me more than I'd care to admit. If I could, I'd see them laid to rest. But no captains ever bothered. It seems they thought it was a fool's errand. Maybe not worth the risk.
But I could go down there.
If you're mad enough to try, then by all means, go ahead. Just don't expect any keeper to follow you. I really don't have men to spare. It's time to make it right. So, thank you, I suppose.
All right. So there is a bit of a bug with the key. It's called the Brothers in Arms quest, which is where you find all the keeper tags. But if you find all the ones in the open world and return them, it just finishes the quest, but it doesn't pop up the trophy because there's another tag that you can get from the keeper Pate. So just make sure that you do what we did and we spoke to Pate, read the letter, and then eventually we'll find him in between Marg's area. So that's really the best thing you can do. You do need to return this tag. But if you've already turned in all the other quests, you wouldn't be able to turn Pate's in and then get his turned in and complete or acquire the trophy. So it's just something to keep note of. Anyways, we're going to be going this way now, back to kind of like the main entrance. And near the main entrance, we're going to see that there is a gate over here. And it's like, oh no, it's locked. Well, it's easy to miss, but just interact with this. I'll open it up for you. And then there's nothing but just kind of some ore and stuff down here if you really want to go down and explore. Other than that, it's just rocks. We can take the ale for fun. And then this here is the crypt, or the key to the dungeons. You can open. And what we're going to do is use the key, go and explore this area. And essentially we need to find all of the undead keepers. And this is how we're going to do it. Essentially, we have to find them. They're like almost like the same as drowned. So zombie like undead. We defeat them and then we take their tags. There's going to be a handful of them and we need to return all of those in order to kind of satiate the old man Goban's thirst. So that way he doesn't drink anymore in memory of his fallen comrades. Monstrosity says good. Like Emperor Palpatine. Good. Honey. Alright. All the good stuff. Alright. Let's butter this muffin, shall we? Can't see anything. I didn't figure out this quest existed until much later in my off-stream playthrough, and it's actually pretty cool because it's technically the earliest you could see a croak mall if you don't go for the big bonk like I showed you how to do. A cauldron, you say? Good evening, says Monstrosity. What's going on? How are you? I thought that part of your message didn't come in. It was just good. It just says good. And I was like, yes. Good evening to you, my friend. How are you? Have you been multi-streaming like a boss yet? Like I taught you? Disgusting health potion. Or we have this. I say for now we still use the raggedy one. We'll continue using some of these greater potions a little bit later, but don't really need it just yet. Disgusting health potion? Where did I pick that up from? That's too funny. Clearly from somewhere. All of the goodies. And then we'll be making our way over there in just a moment. I think we looted all this already. Okay, good. This area is kind of dark, and I'm using a two-handed weapon, so lighting might be a bit of an issue. I just learned that, spoiler alert, Anakin is Darth Vader like late last year. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? You must be quite young, my friend. You must be quite young indeed. But hey, Star Wars was a big thing. Something that it was like one of those things like our parents watched, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like you should watch this too. Oh, I picked up an old tray. I don't think we need that. Anakin is Skywalker. Anakin is the original. And guess what? He's Luke's. Whoa, okay, you're never mind. You're just late to the Star Wars series then. Yeah, like when I was growing up, they like my parents were like, watch this. You're gonna love this, man. Just watch. And it was pretty good. I started with the original trilogy, and then of course the other trilogy came out, and then a whole nother. I haven't seen any of the newer movies, unfortunately. I just haven't gone to the movies very often. If I do, it's usually for my daughter to see some like kind of like a kid type movie. But yeah, I think the last time we went, we saw like the Minecraft movie, for example. But you know, stuff like that. But yeah, Anakin is indeed Darth Vader. There's some really cool graphic novels and even books that explore that part of the lore. Pretty good. Oh my gosh, pretty good as well. You know what's so funny is that as a two-handed kind of melee warrior type character, I don't have the sound softening. So my noise, like if you look at my, let's see, status real quick. No, I'll go to attributes. My noise is 97%. So you'll see that as the 6th thing down. So 4 or 5. Right under sneak damage, you see noise. Noise is 97%. On my stealth archer, my noise is 4%. So like I can run around, sprint, and nobody hears me. So pretty funny stuff. Okay. So we're gonna keep working our way around here. There's loot on every floor, but nothing too crazy. Honestly, there's gonna be at the end a really cool weapon that we're gonna be obtaining. But up until that point, it's just kind of your standard alchemical ingredients and things like that. But you do want to explore every side of every floor. So technically we're on like, let's call it the first floor. Well, on the highest floor, which is like the 3rd floor. So we're going to be exploring. Oh my gosh, that scared the bejeebies out of me. Why did it get so dark? I think I like, oh, did it like hit me so hard that, yeah, it just hit me so hard it like freaked me out. My character was like, oh, that was scary. I think I panicked so much that I spammed my my slow time. That's what that was. Well, that was terrifying. But anyways, as I was saying, you want to explore all the floors, right? So here we can run and jump. Okay. And get the whiskey. And all the good loot here. That was terrifying. I just want everybody to know that that really scared me. That was scary. Matthias says, Luke, I am your father. He's like, no. Love it. Love it. And chops off his hand. He's like, this is what you get. I can only imagine his people's reaction to finding that out in the theater. Their minds are probably blown. Oh yeah, no doubt. That was a great reveal. Pretty cool twist. Milkweed. And then now we've come all the way forward, so we're good. So now what we could do is obviously we could go all the way around, go down the steps. It doesn't matter. However you choose to explore is fine. But I'm gonna go this way so I can kill this brother right here. Another fallen keeper. Damn! We got him really good. Horror game subathon win. We're gonna do a horror. I would love to do that. Honestly, my first subathon was an absolute failure. Like I didn't really know how to do them. and it was not, but it ended up being like my start to my torch only Elden Ring run, which was like one of my most, like, my greatest achievements. So it was pretty cool, but it wasn't like, I didn't know how a subathon worked. Like, I didn't know it's like, hey, I'm gonna stream for X amount of hours, and then every time I get a sub, it's like another hour or something. Like, I didn't do it like that. So I think now would be fun to try and do that. But I just really hope that that grows the Twitch part of it, and then somehow to implement the YouTube side of it too. That'd be great. Because I think honestly, since you can multi-stream, you know, that would be just maximizing the engagement on both platforms. So I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. I will do a horror stream or horror type games. Matthias knows I am a big baby. He's seen me play some of Dead Space, and I was terrified. I was so terrified. That was so stressful. You remember that, Matthias? My gosh, that was hard. Oh my gosh, that was hard on my on the good old ticker. But yeah, in October, that's usually when we do like horror games. And there's a handful that I have in my backlog, as a matter of fact, that we could definitely pull out. There are so many games coming out here in the near future, though, that I planned on covering since launch or since like announcement, that this summer's pretty booked up. But when it comes to after, like pretty much after Borderlands, I have no clue of what I'm going to be doing. So that'll give us plenty of time, because that's September. So we get through Borderlands, we've got all kinds of time in our hands to do anything we want. Remember, the Fallen Keepers have the tags. You want to grab these tags. Right now we have 3 out of 5, so that means there's 5 actual keepers. There could be other undead, but you can always tell that they're who they are because it's Fallen Keeper, not just like undead or anything like that. So they do have a little bit of a distinguishment. That's just a regular undead. And those are the light attacks. I haven't done any heavy attacks because that would just completely demolish them. We're getting all the loots. I hate when people say loots. Like, I just say loot, because loot to me is all encompassing. It's plural and it covers all that stuff, you know? It can be singular or plural. But there's a lot of people that say, oh, I need the loot. Oh, we're gonna get this loot. Oh, all these loots. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, hi, buddy. Let's go and make sure there's not a Fallen Keeper on this side really quickly, and then we'll go punch this guy with my hammer. This is where everything would have started then, right? Yes. We went swimming before this, hence the late stream, and man, I am exhausted. Oh my gosh. Monster blood. Matthias says, well, to be fair, and in your defense, you're wearing headphones as you are now, so I can only imagine how much scarier the Dead Space remake is and was. And it was dark. You remember it was dark. I was playing at night and it was dark, and I only had like the ring light on me, so it was just, that was the only light. It was like a blinding, very weird light, and then everything was creepily loud, and like I heard all the sounds, and I get super immersed into all that stuff too. Like, I'm real big on immersion, and that was terrifying. But I love horror games. I do play them quite a bit, and mostly I used to do a lot off stream with my wife, but I would love to stream those and share that with you guys, because that's so much fun. It's super fun, and also I would feel a little bit less alone too, like if I'm not, sometimes I have to play the games alone, like if I'm covering them or whatever. But yeah, because you guys be right there with me. I always imagine when we're streaming, it's like couch co-op, like you guys are here on the couch, you know? Horror games have the best lore. I don't know, Monster. I like that take on it. I do like that take, but I don't know if I agree, because horror games at least in recent years, and even if you go back to some of the traditional like classics, they all pull from like kind of only a handful of the topics that could be explored, you know? They seldom go off in like a path that it's like, whoa, that was a really cool take on, you know, this horror genre. So like, for example, like you have, you know, Resident Evil, you got the zombies and whatever. They retconned the mess out of half the lore anyways with all the new games and stuff. But you know, it's zombie stuff at its finest. I think the lore initially was kind of cool with the T virus and whatever, but then they just started having the whole alphabet of viruses and, oh, but it's this and it's that, and then I don't know. I think they tried pretty well and accomplished to an extent tying the lore together pretty good. I think games like Silent Hill are pretty okay as well in terms of the lore. The game, I love the games. Like, I love those games. Those are fantastic. But I think like when it's so like loose like that, like you can kind of go any way you want and be like, oh, was it a dream? Was it real? Was it this? Was it that? So it's like, it's kind of like a cop-out story mechanic in my opinion. So I think horror games have, and just like horror movies, have they have like a tendency to kind of lean in on those like inexplicable, like you decide what it is. And it's like, wait, I want like defined lore, you know, or I want something that's not just a trope, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I think they have good lore. I love the world building around some of it and stuff, but I don't know if they have the best lore, in my opinion. But just so you know, I know that you're kind of newer to, you can always express your opinion. You're always safe here. I just don't know if I agree 100% on that. Like, there's some excellent horror games and they have decent lore, but I've not been like, oh my gosh, I was blown away by the lore of the horror game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like the twist ending and stuff like that, but the overall lore, I don't know. I'd have to think. Like Dead Space has really good lore. I think like that's a great example. Dead Space has really good lore. It goes like almost like cosmic horror. So you think it's I would have to argue though, I don't know if it's the best kind of lore, but it's certainly really good. Oh, good. You're listing some. SCP, Containment Breach, FNAF, Until Dawn, Outlast, I think have amazing lore. Outlast, I need to play. I've played like the first game and I was terrified. I haven't beaten any of them yet. FNAF, I think it was kind of like a cult classic kind of thing, pretty decent. Until Dawn, Wendigo stuff, I mean, that's, you know, it's decent. I love Wendigos and I love the lore behind Wendigos, but that was okay. I love the game. Like my wife loves those games, and you know that if they would have advertised the movie just a little bit better, we would have known that it was out. We would have supported it and gone to watch it. But unfortunately, they didn't advertise it at all. There was virtually absolutely zero marketing on that. So that was very disappointing. But excellent points. SCP is something I definitely, or the Containment Breach thing, I've always wanted to look into, but it almost seems like it has like its base lore and then it has like fan-made lore as well. Almost said fan-made whores. My bad. Did not mean to say that. Matthias says, albeit you could make up for Dead Space by playing Chronos: The New Dawn when it comes out. I absolutely can't wait for that game, as well as these new HP Lovecraft games are going to be coming. Matthias, really quick, if you don't mind, is Chronos coming out this year, or is that a next year kind of game? I hope it's next year. I can't have any more new game. I cannot cover any new games this year beside the ones we're covering through September. I mean, we still have Lies of P DLC. There's just so much that we have. And I just, like, streaming is just a very small part of my channels. I have other channels that have lore and instructional guides and reactions and whatever else. It's just quite difficult for me, because I'm quite the completionist. I don't care about achievements, but I care about like actually in game getting everything possible. And my playstyle is just, it takes too long. And I don't stream, and I stream like, you know, even when I was streaming 5 times a week, it wasn't enough to beat games quickly. So I just like, I don't know, I can't fit in any more stream. I'll take away from the channels again. What? I like that. I like that. Okay, how come I feel like I missed something? Did I come through here first? When I chat with you guys, I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much go on autopilot in the video games. Yeah, I think I grabbed everything. And then I would have ran around and be like, oh yeah, here, this way. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's go kill stuff. This is what I kind of was wanting you guys to see. So you go in here, and there's a croak maw here. Oh, he sees me. Oh god! He hit me hard. Ah, right in the back. Oh, he kicks. I forgot about that. So croak maws are pretty interesting. You can actually craft armor from their bodies or their body parts. Monster Hunter much? But no, just kidding. You can craft stuff from all that. So we're gonna come up here, and this is where we get all the good stuff actually. Get a sharpening stone, a ring of protection. This is one of 3. The first ring of protection is gonna be leaving the intro sequence from after we meet Arthur Pendragon, and then this is the second one. We'll get the third when we're exploring the wreckage of the Andraste. Let's go ahead and bust this open. Matthias says, as far as I know, yes. That's interesting. I cannot believe that it's coming out this year. Like, that stresses me out. There's too many games, Matthias. Spinebreaker and the Ancient King's Breastplate. So let's take a look at what we got. Cool thing about the Spinebreaker weapon is that it actually ignores blocks. So like, for example, like if an enemy is blocking, it'll go right through the block. So that's pretty neat. Spinebreaker +1. Love that. And then we also got the Ancient Knight's Breastplate. Increases max stamina by 10. That's a thing of beauty. So we can actually wear this and we'd get 6 armor. We need the endurance though, so we can get a little bit, the full benefit. That's sexy. I'll do that. I'll do that. Spinebreaker, guys. Very cool. What I would like to do is act as if I am changing out this weapon here. Ah, okay, not even close. It simply doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and eat some crab, and this is our heal over time. We did pick up the 5 keeper tags, and we also cleared out the dungeon, so it's completely clear of all enemies. That would be one of the first areas where you see weird slime or whatever those little goo piles are. That's an enemy that actually fills in the bestiary, so it's that unique. I literally almost fell off again. Monstrosity, I'm gonna get you in just a moment. Monstrosity says, I don't know if you know or not, but Five Nights at Freddy has an extremely cryptic lore, several games, spin-offs, and books. I knew about the books, actually. I was gonna purchase them a while back when I thought I had time to read. And he says, an info from the dev, giving you new pieces of the mystery over more than a decade and a half. The theorizing of the lore was the catalyst behind the success of many YouTube channels. Biggest one is named Game... Yeah. Matt Pat and Game Theory and all that before he retired. No, I'm just kidding. Before he pretty much sold off his channel. He was covering a lot of FNAF stuff, and the dev would certainly, Toby Fox or whatever, certainly respond to a lot of his things, confirm or deny his theories and all that. That's kind of like how it goes, you know, like when you have something like that that's kind of like a cult classic, and then you have like a content creator that kind of sticks with it, and it just, all it does is kind of exponentially increase the exposure for that particular title, and then they kind of develop the lore on the go, so it becomes a really fun experience, you know. I did enjoy some of the FNAF stuff, but because I hadn't played the games, I didn't want to go too much into it without, you know, spoil it for myself. What shall we sell? Shortbow +2. Oh, I almost sold my armor on accident. That would have been silly. The Croakmaw skin. We're going to be needing that. Alright, so honestly, not much I can benefit from there. Not much I can sell. We're going to stash most of the things. I'm going to keep those jewels for now, and then I'll sell any duplicates that I have. You will get plenty more signet rings. along the way. They mow the lawn only when I'm streaming, so I apologize, guys, but our mowing dudes choose to mow only when I'm streaming, and they'll come back through 60 different times. I apologize. Yes, yes. Still there. And he'll come back. He'll come back. Don't you worry. Mom's pie. We'll put the food items up for now. We're just making as much room as possible in our stash. Remember, you can craft from virtually anything. The only thing you can't do is you do need to have the relics on your person if you're installing them into any one of your... if you're putting them on any one of your weapons, by the way. Thank you for the follow, Carol Allen 19. Scott Cawthon is the name of the dev. Yeah, but I thought his Twitter handler was Toby Fox, right? Unless I'm thinking that's there's another game. Deltarune Undertale. I could be thinking that, right? Could be thinking that. It's not really spoilers per se because the lore is so cryptic, you won't really figure it out on your own. Oh, really? You know, I'm quite the lore guy myself. That's actually how my my channel, my largest channel, is a lore and theory channel. So I can figure some stuff out, my friend. It's kind of my job. Let's talk with Fergus again and see.
You actually did it?
What he's talking about
Cleared
here.
out those tunnels on your own? Every captain before me thought it was a fool's errand. Not what
They were
it is.
fools.
And how are those tunnels? Salvageable?
Well, they're in rough shape, but at least the monsters are gone.
Aye, that it does. Camelot won't be eager to finance the repairs, but knowing the threat's being dealt with is a victory in itself. Perhaps someday we'll see them restored.
Indeed.
Until then, we can at least rest easier. So the keep owes you for this.
Nice.
Here's your reward. And what about Gobon's friends? Did you find any trace of them?
Yeah, and they have a research team too. I'm just me. If I'm interested enough, trust me, I'll find the lore. I just wasn't really ever into it. I didn't really play any of the games either. I just knew that it was so popular. And so it was something that I was like, oh, this might be fun. But then when I played the first game and you're kind of just literally looking, I was like, yeah. And it wasn't the kind of horror experience that my wife and I typically enjoyed. So we just started playing other games instead. But then, you know, it continued kind of picking up in popularity and whatever else. But I've never been one to chase views or popular titles or games. More so, I enjoy if it's something that I'm passionate about or that I'm truly interested in, or it intrigues me, or I find like a challenge. I'm like, oh man, this is like, there's some hidden lore here. Then I'll definitely spend some time on it. But that just never really interested me too much. There was certainly some okay aspects about it, but I was never like, oh my gosh, this is it for me, you know? But it's still very good. I would say it's decent. It's just not my type of like horror experience kind of thing. Let's see. About Gobon's friends, did you find any trace? Yep, I found their tags.
Give those to Gobon, if you haven't yet. He's restless.
Oh, okay.
But maybe seeing those again will help settle him.
He needs to quit drinking.
And help him get his act together.
The quartermaster has asked me to deliver. Okay, I'll do that. And then we go and do some more quests. Questises. What do I look like now? Oh, that's cool. And do I have any levels? That's different, yeah. I do. I do. Hold on a second. So, what was the level requirement for this bad boy? Eight endurance. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. Jeez. My strength is good. Okay. My gosh. He's for real. Let's go into two-handed. I was going for something here. There you go. The splash damage. Stun's never a bad thing. Lifesteal's really nice. Consecutive hits. Huh. Crit damage. Doesn't really matter if I'm killing everything in 1 to 2 hits though. For it to trigger so late. Yeah, I like that. I like it. We'll go with that. And then we'll start speccing into the armor. There's actually quite a bit that we can do to improve our armor as well, so we'll be doing that too. When it comes to cooking, let's see. I'm sure we have plenty of things we can make right now. I'm gonna go crazy with it because we still have quite a bit of food. Seawall's Delight. Yeah, why not? Why not? Gotta save those pats of butter though. We're gonna be needing those for later. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see what time it is. It's only 7, so it's very early in the morning. We're good to go. Let's go speak with Goban. It's either Goban or Goban, I don't know. The accent mark would make me believe it's Goban, but everybody says Goban, so whatever. Let's chop some wood as well. Well, whatever has kind of respawned anyways. And there you go. Remember, we need 50 wood so we can repair the dock. Oh gosh. Alright, we're going to continue going this way. Once we repair the dock, Tiernan will actually allow us to purchase wood from him. You can also purchase wood from Osbrit, which is a great way to kind of get enough wood for not only things like crafting arrows, but you can also use it to upgrade weapons. So we got the spine breaker. I don't think I put it. We're right next to the stash too. Silly me. We're gonna want to chat with everybody on that one quest too in just a moment, but let's talk with Goban first, or Goban. As I've been down in those tunnels, I brought back the tags of your companions.
You went down there and came back with their tags.
I did.
Didn't think anyone would ever bring those back up. Lads must be resting a bit easier now, or so I'd like to think. They deserve better than to be left in that pit. You did right by them, stranger. Hell, you did right by me too. So, let's drink to that.
The face of that NPC though. Yeah, I can't tell if he's looking at me or what, but it's fine. I'm just gonna assume he's really plastered. Maybe you'd rather go fishing instead of drinking, to honor their memory. You told me you were drinking because you felt guilty, or you go ahead, I'll pass. No, we need him to stop drinking. Stop drinking. That's what's killing it.
Why the hell would I do that? I want to celebrate. You can't celebrate with seawater and fish, you dummy.
You told me you were drinking because you felt guilty.
Did I? Oh, I don't remember. And if I don't remember, it doesn't count. But maybe I did say that. I started cozying up to a bottle the day I came back alone from those damn tunnels. I guess it's time I made good on my word. For them. For me. This old fool is done with the booze.
Thank you. Jeez. Your liver will thank you for it.
More than I got words for. Took guts to go down there, and you brought back what I couldn't. That's something I won't forget.
The volume fluctuates with this game sometimes, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we've completed that quest, and we leveled up yet again. That's wonderful, actually, because I'm all about that. I'm going to keep pumping up points into my endurance then. I love that. Honestly, I don't even know what more I would need, so I'm probably going to go straight to the armor stuff next. You stay there, thank you, sir. And we're going to go chat with some of these boys over here. There's a quest that we had picked up. Oh, my nose itches. And we're gonna find it really quickly so we can figure this out. Okay, there you go. So the funny thing about this quest, and I'm very curious to how this is gonna work out, but I found the body first. I found Kendall's body first in this file. On my off-stream file, I spoke with the boys first. They then revealed that they had actually had him ambushed and organized that, so that's why he died. So it was because of their treachery that he died, that poor guy died. Kendall died anyway. So then you go and then he's like, you know what? Bring my remains, so I'm gonna haunt this fool forever. And that's what he does. So let's see how it pans out this go around. The face. The NPC's face. Let's talk with Berg. Oh look, I didn't realize he had a little peg leg.
What do you want? Who are you?
Tadigan asked me to speak with you. He said something's gotten into you. Honestly, I can say I spoke with Kendall. I was going to give the shock value.
Bloody hell. Not another ghost. Leave me alone. I swear if you don't leave me alone, I'll kill you.
I've seen how people haunted by ghosts can end up. You really don't want to be in their shoes, so you better speak up.
Fine, fine.
There's 8 strength required for that.
No idea why you care, but fine. Just don't think I've gone crazy. I'm telling the honest truth. It started a while ago. I went home to sleep because we'd had a bit too much to drink. I got into bed, but something was wrong. The air was chilly. I couldn't fall asleep for a long time. And the moment I started drifting away, I heard Berg. I'm telling you, it scared the pants off me. But that wasn't all. I knew that voice. Just couldn't place it. But then I saw. It was Kendall. Now, I know how it sounds. But there he stood. Alive, but not. I mean, it looked like him. I thought I was going to keel over, but I didn't. And now it just keeps going.
And Kendall was?
There used to be 4 of us, you know. Me, Tagden, Finley, and Kendall. But he died a long time ago. And in a gruesome way at that. When he became our commanding officer, we went on a mission together. We got ambushed by bandits. They slit Kendall's throat and maimed the rest of us. Had loads of fun doing it. Afterwards, they let us go. Probably thought we'd croak somewhere on the road. That's all.
That's a lie. What does Kendall's ghost want from you?
Peace. He asked me to go to a shrine, get his remains, and bury them at sea. You know, so he could end his service with some dignity. But I can't. I just can't.
Why are you the only one he's haunting?
How should I know? I never used to believe in ghosts. I thought they were just old wives' tales to scare kids away from raiding their pantries or throwing shit at their huts.
This isn't really the plan that I want. It's fine, that doesn't much matter, but it's interesting to see a different outcome. You would get the truth had we spoken to even the mute. And I don't, is that politically correct? I hope so. I'm sorry. The guy that doesn't talk, I don't know. And this guy, we've spoken to Tadigan already. This is Berg, and then there's another buddy. But yeah, interesting.
Take this away from me. Don't you know this kind of thing tends to bring bad luck? I don't want to see him again. I went there one evening. Gods only know why. I could feel something odd. Like I had Kendall thrashing around in my head already, calling to me. I've never been a godly man, you know. One time I visited a shrine, and look what that got me. A ghost hovering over my head. I dug around a bit looking for Kendall's remains, and then I heard howling, got scared and ran away. At first, I thought it was a wild animal, or some weird beast. Thinking about it now, I guess it must have been Kendall. He was letting me know he was coming. Damn him.
You went there looking for his remains. I brought you his remains. What's the problem here?
All right, I went there, and Kendall didn't say a thing about a burial at sea. All he said was that he won't know peace until he takes me with him to the underworld. I may be old, but I don't want to go there yet. The idea terrifies me. Now I see what he's up to.
He's using you to remind me of his threat.
Why would he want to kill you? It makes no sense.
God damn it. We said
There you go. Now we get the truth.
Don't you understand? We traded his life for ours. Tagden told the bandits to take Kendall because he was the commander. Told them he would be a good hostage. And if they let us go, he would tell the captain what had happened. And they just laughed, but I was still hoping they'd listen to Tagden.
And you're the only one still feeling guilty about this?
I don't know. Tagden and Finley seem fine, but I've felt bone-crushing guilt ever since it happened. Wouldn't you be wondering if you could have done something more than just beg for mercy? Finley lost his tongue, Tagden his hand, and me. Now I'm an old hobbler missing a leg. We all have wounds to remind us of what happened until the day we die. And that's why we decided to never tell a soul. Please, take his remains away from here. Maybe say a good word about me to his ghost. My years of guilt must surely be enough penance.
Keep the skull. You deserve punishment for your betrayal. Yeah. You jerk. You don't sell out your friend. That's why you're maimed, you dummy. We don't sell our friends out on this channel. Okay, so now we can look at where they want us to go. I think it's right back. Yeah, it's just his old location. So we're gonna pop over there in just a moment. Let's see what else we have. Repairing the deck and drinking buddies. Okay. Curious. Is this still going to be the drinking buddies quest? Best friends forever. Oh. There's something interesting about this too. Let's make sure that we get information from everybody else first, just in case. If he even fesses up. Alright. You're taking care of the old builder? You know what's wrong with him? Let's see. That's actually not really what I want to talk about, though. He's talking about Dara, but that quest is already done. We'll never know with you. I'm trying to talk about what you were involved in, brother. There you go. Did you set Kendall up? Is that how he died? Kendall became your commander. Was it envy? Were you fighting? Did Kendall change after he became commander? Was it envy? Were you fighting? I'd be like, tell me, damn it. You didn't think he was fit to be a commander? Okay, okay. Did Berg visit the shrine recently? Eh. Do you know why Kendall's ghost chose Berg? Lovely. Was he closer to Kendall? Okay, maybe that's why. Were they in cahoots? Oh my gosh. He's so frustrated. I don't have the perception to lie. You've been less than helpful. This idiot. See how he didn't have a hand? I spoke with Berg. He told me about Kendall.
Berg told you about Kendall. Why the hell did he do that?
He feels guilty about what happened back then.
Guilty? He's got nothing to feel guilty about. There was nothing we could do. We were damn lucky they let us go. Any other day, we'd have ended up just like...
And actually, he wasn't really guilty. He's just being haunted. Yeah, there you go. He's being haunted by Kendall's restless ghost.
What? Kendall's what? You're telling me a ghost comes to him at night, knocking
Pretty
him
much.
out and not letting him sleep? Shit.
Honest. Scout's honor, brother.
I sure wasn't expecting that. Hell, if you ask me, that entire thing was done and dusted long ago.
But not for Berg. Can you tell me anything more about what happened back then? I'm just gonna say this.
Listen, kid, you better stop talking out of your ass. You weren't there. And I was. And Berg Finley too. I saved our lives. Shit happened. That's all. Kendall got promoted to Lance Corporal. He was
This guy is the one that's jealous.
fancy lady in a new petticoat. One day, he said, "We've got a job to do. All four of us." We were ambushed. Berg cracked. Same with Finley. Me, I had to act. That's it. That's the story.
It looks like you weren't happy about Kendall becoming your commander.
Wasn't about that, but about who deserved that promotion.
That's precisely the same thing.
I never thought it should have been me, mind you. Kendall
Just that it shouldn't have been him.
If the captain told him to shit himself, he'd have done it. Standing to attention. Berg deserved the promotion. He was strong as a horse, best at fighting, and first of us to come to the horns. The rest came a bit later.
It's called politics, brother.
We were all still
Office politics.
Anyway, Finley thought the same.
Looks like all of you were guilty of something. The same could happen to you. You traded a friend's life for your own. Not very honorable.
The same. I don't go anywhere near that shrine. It better leave me alone. I don't know why Berg went there. He fessed up when we had a bit too much to drink. Now I think about it, that was when all this shit started happening. Berg brought it on himself. You don't go bothering the dead.
Monstrosity says, my shift's gonna end. My shift's over. Gonna hop off. Thank you for keeping me coming. Absolutely, Monstrosity. Thank you so much for stopping by. Always a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Kendall was paranoid. I knew that. Me and Finley, we heard them whispering together. That's why I goaded those thugs to kill the traitorous women. We never told Berg that we knew, because what was the point? The three of us took a serious beating, and Kendall was done for. He was the one who messed with Berg's head. That's it. It was just too bad that Berg was so guilt-stricken from it all. He never got the promotion he deserved. Now get out of my sight. I've had enough of this bullshit.
Well, fine then. I could check if Kendall is finally free. Tadigan has a different version of the story. It seems Kendall's didn't tell me the whole truth.
That all? Off you go.
Very interesting. We have all kinds of different dialogue and stuff here. Really, really cool. Now we're going to confront Kendall.
What's that noise?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow! Take that. And we'll mine this ore as well while we're here. Kill everybody along the way. Be thorough.
You pay.
Love it. Breath Stealer, huh?
You're no match for our band.
Missed. You zigged when you should have zagged, you dummy. Ow, my face. Where'd he go? Bro, stop shooting at me. I'm right in your face. Yeah. Moonshine, yes, please. Alright, let's go this way real quick. Let's see what old Kendall has to say. Looks like you didn't tell me the whole truth about how you died.
That's right, I didn't. When I became Lance Corporal, they got all pissy about it. Said I didn't deserve it, even though we'd all been serving together for years. They were breathing down my neck, knowing one of them would be next to get it. They were plotting and giving me dirty looks. Each day was worse than the last. Once we were on a patrol near Grubwood, and they left me alone. They wanted me to die like a dog, wanted me to believe they got lost. Next time was even worse. I was on the night watch, and I saw a murder of crows. They were sitting nearby, staring at me. I'm sure one of those bastards put some kind of curse on me. Went to a druid to ask for one.
Go on.
So I thought to myself, it's either me or them. I made a deal with Berg. I told him I'll make him my right hand, and we get rid of Tagan and Fiddly. At the place of the ambush, we were supposed to meet a few bandits who wanted to kidnap some people. It didn't sit all that well with me, because why would they need two keepers? But I brushed it off, and I just went with it. Then, when push came to shove, Berg cracked, and Tagan turned the bandits against me. There was so much going on that those sons of bitches stopped caring about our deal. They killed me for the fun of it.
You started it, and you suffered the consequences of your terrible choices.
You're a wise fella now. Screw what Finley and Tagan did. They were cowards. It's about Berg. Oaths are binding. Yet he betrayed me. Me!
You used Berg's friendship to appease your own delusions. Now you want to use Berg to drown yourself out.
It's just words. A trick for the living. Ain't for me. You can't change what happened. So you can't change my nature. Old wounds don't leave scars on the dead. They fester.
The source of your anguish is what you felt back then and what you feel now. It's on you alone, not Berg or anyone else.
Cut it off. Cut it off, I said.
This is new. I've never experienced this either. You know, just admit it.
I can't listen to this crap. You and Berg, you win. Damn you bastards. I'm out of here.
All right. That's 2 quests completed. Raspberries, mandrake, and rosemary, huh? Okay. Each of the different All-Mother sites, of course, have different offerings that they need to be appeased as well. But it looks like we completed 2 quest lines at once, which is a thing of beauty. So if you look at our quest here, we're going to see that we just completed Best Friends Forever and Drinking Buddies. Good stuff. All right. So now what we can do is look at our map and see what we want to explore next. Honestly, I would love to go to this area over here. There's going to be something really fun on this side, so I'm going to go to the 1%. We'll be making a hard left through here, and we're going to be clearing out the cabin for, I think her name was Alice, the kind of the fashion design lady that was wearing the, I think it's a cool outfit, but apparently it's supposed to be silly. I think it looks cool, man. It's got like fish scales on it and stuff. I like it. Where did my prey go? And what is that? Why is that glowing? I see something. Oh, it's fire. Inward singing. Oh, there it is. Well, the thing is, even though I don't have any of my items on me, I can cook, right? But the problem is I can't magically materialize the items that I have in my inventory. So like if I have raspberries or whatever else, I can't just pull them out. I need to be by my stash. There's Mandrake right here though. Oh, I missed. Hey, he'll never know. Ethereal Cobweb. This should be... Actually, what is this building? Oh, the abandoned stronghold. We're just coming in from the east side, I think. So I was like, huh? This is where we got the parrying dagger and some other really good items. Clearing this out's actually important because it allows you to, well, Galahad will actually take, kind of take this as his fort when he arrives in the south. And we'll have a very big decision to make as well when that time comes. My cat. That was creepy. Why are you doing that? You just ate? You being all crazy? I don't get it, but I mean, it takes like 2 minutes, and after they eat, like they're sprinting, they're running around, they're making noise. It's crazy. Cats are goofballs. We'll be going around that way. I just don't want to take that path just yet because there's so much to explore, including Seawall's tomb, which is incredibly important from a lore perspective. And we will be checking it out in due time. There's 2 skeletons here. I don't even know where he went. That's what's so scary about using this weapon. It's like so OP. Oh, raspberries. They're everywhere. A raspberry patch. Oh, yeah. That sweet, sweet fruit. Sweet. Oh, I love that. There's these guys, which honestly I think they're scammers. I never understood their purpose. But you can, when you come here, it's called Deserted Settlement, and there's even a little fast travel point for it. I just thought it was weird because, I mean, you had this guy, but these guys look like bandits to me. And I don't know, we'll talk to him in a moment and let me know what you think. I don't know if there's anything else to it. But I'm pretty sure he's just a scammer. A charlatan, if you will. I don't know what this guy's name is. We're going to take a look, though. You have anything to say for yourself, buddy? Malachi.
Well-traveled person. I'm not wrong, am I? Of course I'm not. Tell me, would you be interested in some incredibly rare, mysterious, and precious items?
Sure.
Then let me introduce you to a one-of-a-kind collection of Arthurian relics. I assure you, you won't see anything like this anywhere else on Avalon. Here's an authentic Four-Dweller's tooth. And look, a bone from Sir Galahad's little finger. And over here, a fragment of a footwear worn by King Arthur himself, along with many other riches.
How can I be sure these relics are authentic?
That is an excellent question. When it comes to relics, authenticity is key. However, I assure you that I possess documents with the appropriate signature and seals, proving that all of these relics and the stories behind them are absolutely true.
I can say I'm not convinced. Goodbye.
Wait. Tell you what, I'll quickly show you what I have in stock, and if it doesn't interest you, you'll just say, oh thanks, that's enough, and go on your way, agreed?
Thanks, that's enough.
Now, come on, friend, don't be too hasty.
I've never done this.
Up on the opportunity of a lifetime. Trust me, I have items in stock that even the most experienced adventurers...
They're just named so
Just give me one chance.
oddly. They seem to be all fake.
Still not interested? I won't hold you back any longer. How about it? I get it. You're a busy person with places to be and monsters to slay. But come on, take a second to appreciate...
I'm gonna keep denying him as much as I can.
These are the relics of heroes with power beyond measure. You won't find anything like this in all the land, and I'm willing to part with them for a fair price. You'll regret it if you let this opportunity slip by. Just think of the glory and riches you'll obtain with these relics in your hands. These relics, my friend, are not merely artifacts of the past.
He's still selling it.
Talismans of power that can grant you strength and victory in battle. And let's not forget the riches and glory that await you. Those who possess such relics are feared and revered by all. Don't miss this chance to elevate yourself above the common folk, my friend, and claim your rightful place among the legends of the land.
Leave me alone or I'll hurt you.
You're threatening me? How dare you? I'm an honest merchant, not some common criminal. Perhaps you should look inward and consider why you resort to such base tactics instead of appreciating the quality of my wares. Get out of my sight, you peasant.
That's hilarious. I thought he was gonna go aggro on me.
Hello again. Sometimes it's necessary to have some time for consideration. I understand that perfectly. I understand. Hello again.
Okay. But look, see, like, I don't see that they do anything, and all of the descriptions say unknown. They all look cool, for sure. But also, some of the stuff just looks wrong. Like, that says Four Dweller's Tooth. Okay. Boar's Might Stone. I don't know who Boar is. Galahad's Bone. That could be anybody's bone. Guinevere's left glove. That's clearly a right glove. Hair of Lancelot, horse's mane. King Arthur's foot wrap. Scale from the Green Knight's armor. Toe of a giant, and splint from Merlin's staff. So I bought all of these things. I haven't even used them before, but I wonder like what the effect is here. Like what is it that happens, you know? Who knows? It's very interesting though, nonetheless. Very, very interesting. I'll pass, good sir. For now. Ta-ta for now. And what we're going to be doing is heading this way. You know, I've never gone this path. It's probably just water. Oh, you know. I wonder if I could even do that without dying. Just for the sake of, why not, right? Let's have some fun. Good fun. Why is this autosave still here? Explain. Let's go for a little dip. Oh my god, that's not where I wanted to go. Okay, here you go. You know, I'm just so terrified of swimming in large bodies of water, even in real life, that in games, like, I'm always thinking I'm going to be swallowed up by a monster. Like, I kid you not, like, I fear sea monsters. That is an irrational fear of mine that I own. All day. I'm always thinking like, obviously I'm not at home in this realm. They can see better than me. They can, you know, navigate much more efficiently. It just, I'm just not, I don't belong in this realm, you know? Whoa, this is cool. Small health potion and a small mana potion. All this amazing little cavern. And all we have is that. Still kind of cool nonetheless, but I wish that they could have had something a little more rewarding. I would have loved a nice, cool, like a that does some sort of like damage that's actually noticeable or something like that. There are achievements based on using fishing rods and things like that for certain fights that I will be sharing with you guys. Everything I can remember, everything I commit to memory will be shared with you as it comes across and becomes relevant and pertinent to what we're doing. But swimming like a fish. Where the hell? So we're gonna come up on this mansion and we'll be clearing it out of bandits. There we go. We've made it at last. I love this armor. It looks great. Good detail, and it's very unique. You don't see armor with like the red clothing underneath. Very, very cool. We're gonna need to get new gloves and all that stuff as well at some point, but let's go ahead and storm the beach. We're gonna give whatever pelt we have. That's 1100 experience. That's really, really good stuff. You know, the funny thing about the shrines is like when you activate them, sometimes they are blue and then sometimes they're not, and it just drives me nuts because like normally you can't interact with them again. But when they're blue, that usually means, okay, I made the sacrifice, we're good. But not all of them have that, like, stay blue or turn blue. You know, I would love... Okay, there you go, you coward. You call me a coward. What do you think? Your armor won't save you. Well, okay. You say so. I think we already got a claymore. Chipped steel gauntlets. Don't really want any of that stuff. What kind of pants do you guys have? This is the leather pants? Yeah, you guys are chumps. What? We need to get up here. There you go. I love the blue that it turns, so that typically indicates that you've made an offering. But on my other files, for example, it doesn't always do that. It could be bugged. This is part of the romance quest. We'll be actually looking at this a little bit later on. We missed. Oh my gosh, he tried to predict where I was going to be and almost got me. Almost got me. Lovely. We're gonna go this way. You know, what kind of boots am I rocking right now? Ah, the traveler's boots, yes. They have a decent amount of armor considering. Most of the garb you're gonna get is just like 1 or 2 in the beginning. Unless you're wearing something heavy like a knight's armor. Pick up some tomatoes. This is where you would have come up and around if you just kind of jumped around and like parkoured from the that's the Malachi scammer guy. I don't trust him. I still don't trust him. I don't know if his wares are any good. He was pushing so hard. That's like a first sign that you're like, yeah, you're just trying to sell me something, aren't you? I think you're just trying to sell me something. Alright, let's go inside and we'll clear out everybody inside the actual seaside mansion itself. Damn! That hurt. Stunned. A great axe, that's fun. Knight's helmet. Knight's gauntlet. Okay, we can just get all this stuff for now. See what we want. Forlorn axe, that's interesting. I'm assuming that's one-handed. Gotta get the moonshot. Cheese, naturally. Naturally. Alright, so this is essentially gonna be the humble abode of Miss Alice and her husband until we, of course, woo her. Can actually grab that shield just so you know. I'm trying to just grab everything here. Why was that so difficult? I don't know. Ugh. the kite shield. We don't use shields in this file, otherwise we would definitely make use of that. And then this is the bed. This is where it all goes down. Now we'll go across the beach, and this will be kind of how we find our way past Seawall's tomb and other locations that are huge and very important as it pertains to lore and things like that. Hit, boy. Swing! I'm curious, what if I offer again if I have animal components? There's got to be fish around here or something, right? As a matter of fact, let's fish really quickly. You know, fishing is something I've only done for a quest. I've never done it outside of that. Let's do some fishing. Where's my fishing rod? Did I put it away? Like a scrub? I may have. Oh. That's just bad. There's got to be fishing rod around here though, right? Considering. The Cowl of the Waning Moon. I just want to see, like, some of this equipment just looks really cool. I want to show you guys. Like, that's just fun, you know? That is just so much fun. We get a lot of stuff from here. Just a lot of mana regen. This is great for magic users. So 5 armor for this. Or we get the 2 armor plus a little bit of fizz damage reflected back. Wow. Now we're looking the part, kids. Now we're looking the part. I think for now, I mean, I don't want to go like so heavy that I just can't even dash anymore, but we did get a little bit of movement speed minus multipliers, you can tell, so a negative multiplier for speed there, but I mean, it is what it is. The lighter you go, you can have optimal dashes, and then you can have a number of dashes, like 3 actually. I cannot believe that I don't have a frackin' fishing rod. I could have sworn that I pointed one out. That's fine, that's fine. We're just gonna have to kill something. That makes me so sad. Oh, you. Hey. Give me your animal component. Of course you don't have a part. There's a brethren in here too. Wolf pelt. That will do the trick. Let's see what else it gives us. I'm curious. Maybe it's just going to give us the passive bonus. As opposed to, of course, the gear. You get the gear from the very first offering. Oh, it's getting dark. The robes, is this giving me everything again? Why is that? Robes of the Waning Moon? Huh. Why is it giving me everything? That's so weird. Normally you cannot interact with them again. That's very strange. Strange. Oh, lovely. Sleep past the weirdness. And then we're going to run through here. This is going to be kind of like the sunken village area. There's lots of great loot, especially up on these areas for archers. I'm going to be showing you how to get every single piece of loot in this area. That benefits mostly the archer class, anything like that. There's some weapons and stuff too. You can Again, this game has so much content. Oh, gross pork. Not carrying that on my person, sorry. Don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. You're more than welcome to. Alright, lovely. We'll be coming up and around from here, so not a lot we can do exploration-wise just yet. We can dig this up for now, though. We'll take out these brothers. There's gonna be tons of dudes. Nice. Now we're gonna get the full benefit of our endurance armor. I know you see me, dude. No! Okay. I figured you'd say that. Okay, and then just so you know, like, if you wanted to explore the top areas, you certainly can do that. You can explore this way and explore this way, and we certainly will be doing that here a little bit later. If you go and do all the top exploration, you're kind of missing some of the things in this other village area, but it all connects. I mean, we're going to explore everything anyway, so by no means you don't have to explore exactly how I do, but you can go straight to the top and start getting some really good loot, or you can wait and kind of clear it. I like to do just one level at a time, so I call this, like, this is going to be like the sea level for me, and then go up and do like the rampart wall area. So that allows me, at least on the first playthrough, to understand kind of where I'm at and where I need to go next. Really easy to keep track. I thought I heard you. Ah, oh my gosh, where'd you come from? Oh, and you brought friends. Okay, fine. All he is. Grindy Lou! Absolutely redonkulous. Whew, okay. Is there anyone else? Okay, everybody just relaxing now? Good. Pick up the monster blood when you can. It's a hot commodity when you're making some of the more powerful potions. That dude loves to just go through surfaces for some reason. Really? Where did you come from? Like, literally. Just teleported on me. Monster blood. And this here is Sewell's tomb. Just you know, for now, just activate the fact that you actually have the point here, like the location. Don't go inside just yet. There's no need to go in yet. You can't actually explore the depths of it until there's a certain key item you obtain, which I'll show you how to obtain later. But for now, there's just really no need to go and do that. Matthias says, wait, if you don't eat pork, then what the hell kind of meat do you have on your pizza? Okay, that's a good point, Matthias. And I think I should explain. Honestly, I do eat. I'll eat just about anything. The reason why I don't eat pork is because it makes me sick, primarily. But, like, for pizza, like, I will have a pepperoni pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will have pepperoni pizza. But, like, if I'm like, yep, pepperoni and like jalapeno or something, that'd be pretty good. But typically I don't, just because it doesn't sit well with me. Like, pork just makes me sick, you know? It really hurts my stomach or just whatever, you know? And so I just haven't really eaten it in years. I might dabble when like I said, like have a slice of pizza or something with pepperoni, but other than that, I really don't. Ooh, kangaroo? And you know what? I don't mind beef, but I don't like the texture. So the texture of the beef on pizza just grosses me out. So it's really hard. I'm just so picky. I used to eat, like whenever I was okay with eating pork, pepperoni and jalapeno. And that was like my favorite kind of pizza. Pepperoni and jalapeno was so good. But even now, I'm just like, if I'm with family or whatever, like I'll buy that like pepperoni because most people like that, but I usually get cheese for like me and my wife and my daughter because like we just don't really eat it. Yeah, but that's the reason why. That is why. But otherwise, yeah, I'd have kangaroo meat, ostrich pizza, all the good stuff. Canine meat, gross. I don't want to eat that either. Sorry, but if I don't eat it, my character doesn't eat it. Full immersion here. Okay. So this is kind of where you start doing that exploration on the higher levels. What? Where was it then? Further. That's annoying. Okay. So there's a few options we got here. We're going to continue staying on the lowest floor for now, and then we'll come back in just a moment. Matthias says, my friend grew up used to pick the pepperoni out of his pizza and just have cheese. He couldn't have pork either. Man, I don't know why. And then the thing is, when you start getting like an aversion to it, like when it starts like making you not feel well and stuff like that, you naturally just start building an aversion. So like then the scent of it and things like that just kind of make you like be like, ugh, like, you know. And I immediately kind of feel that way, like not in the game but in real life, like if I smell it cooking, I'm like, oof, like that. It's almost like a sickeningly sweet smell. Like, it's just a weird scent that it just doesn't, it's not appetizing, you know, which is really strange, you know. But it's just, that's the way we work. Like we build aversions to things. We're like, oh, that doesn't make us feel good, so we have to teach ourselves not to like it, right? And that's how your body just is programmed to do that. Really, really strange. Like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, and he was like, did anyone order me just a plain cheese? We did, but it's all gone. Yeah, his brother was a jerk, man. His whole family was jerkwads, actually, but his brother was a absolute demon. And he shows him the food in his mouth all chewed up. That was so gross. Well, he's like, oh, like you have to throw up for something. I forgot what he does. He's such a jerk. Dang! I enjoy pork too much to give it up, says Matthias. Yeah, you can have mine then. Any that I would obtain, you could gladly have if we were shipwrecked on an island, on the sunken village. I'd give you my pork. You know, if I was starving, I'm sure I'd probably consume it. Knife! Okay. Can you... Ooh! Okay. Stay away. Oh gosh. Whoa! Okay. I missed the second knife. I never miss. Hello, friends. Very good. Monster blood, hot goo. I do love a good pizza. You know, I like spinach pizza with Alfredo and mushrooms. That's good. I like that. You know, there's a few things you can still consume. I'm not a big fan, like I said earlier, though, of the, like, I like the way the ground beef tastes, but the ground beef on the pizza, gosh, like, it just has, like, some strange, like, texture that I just can't take. I thought bolt tongs would be something special, but I guess not. Rounding hammer. I know that the scale is important. So we'll drop the tongs. I thought you could at least use them as a weapon, but I stand corrected. Matthias says you would gladly take your unclean meat, as my friend growing up used to call it. That's hilarious. Man, a lot of the things we eat, though, are, you know, could be considered that. Like even crustaceans and seafood, certain crustaceans in particular, bottom feeders, fish without scales, all those are considered unclean, you know. But it's because you are what you eat, right? So if a creature is a filter feeder, it's mostly eating like, you know, either carrion, which is dead or rotting flesh, or poop and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, that's what it's giving its nutrients, and then you're consuming that, you know, so it's probably not the best for you. And you notice too, and you'll see that a lot of those meats or whatever, they're typically either higher in cholesterol or whatever else. It's pretty interesting how a lot of those unclean meats are going to be a lot less lean, and they're going to have a lot more cholesterol and things of that, and like just their actual composition, you know. Cool stuff, I think, in terms of like the science of it, how it all comes together. Unclean meats. Okay, so that gong in that area is actually incredibly important for lore purposes. Ow! You know what? Oh, okay, I was gonna hit you again. You get another hit. Oh yeah, I camped there. I was like, there was something important. I just camped there one day because I was like, oh my gosh, I had to put my back against a rock like I would in real life. And I was like, let me camp without my back to the elements. Now that we've explored the entire like first floor, if you will, like the sea floor, what we're gonna do is we're going to the sea level area anyways. We're gonna now go up. So the first place that we can actually explore up can be from that building that we were in. And then we'll circle back around to the beginning area and finish our exploration and looting. Hey, Matthias, would you be interested in seeing the Hell Is Us demo? Because it is out today, and I was thinking, I think that it would be something I would like to cover. And unfortunately, the demo is only for kind of like PC players, or I have a Steam Deck, so hopefully it's somewhat compatible with that. So I'm going to be trying to run it and see if it's any good. But I was wondering if you would be interested in that. We're going to go to the right first, only because this is the finite path that ends, and then we'll be going up and around the other way. Colby says, I love catfish. I can't help it. Give me a plate of fried catfish. I don't care what it's been eaten. You know, unfortunately, I am the same way. We do fried catfish. I mean, gosh, I wouldn't say we do it like regularly, but we do have it every once in a while. I can make it like a mofo too. Like I make a mean fried catfish fry. And yeah, that's considered unclean technically because it's a fish without scales. But I eat the mess out of it nonetheless. That was the tower that we would have come from, just so you know. This is kind of like the other side of it, and then we just came from here. You can go up one more level, and there's a Grindy Low in here, or there used to be. He actually came down to slap us in the face with his stick or whatever. But this is a keeper. One of many. One of the fallen keepers. And he does have torn apparel. You can get a full set that's untorn in multiple locations, but you get one for free pretty easily if you just go through the quest naturally and don't be a jerk, essentially. Which is kind of hard for people like me. We're going to get the Fool's Rush, Lockpick, some Carp, Poultry, Keeper's Tag number 2. Very nice. Venison. Raspberry. Raspberry. And that's that. Matthias says, according to Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, we are who we choose to be. And I choose to be a pig eater. Sorry, babe, the pig. Yeah, Charlotte wouldn't be too happy with it either. Killing her little friend. Wait, is Babe and Charlotte in the same story? Hold on. Charlotte's Web and Babe are different, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm mixing up my whole childhood pigs. Man, I'm traumatized. The trauma is real. Matthias says, hell yes, I would like to see Hell Is Us. That is pretty messed up in my opinion, the fact that they would allow the PC players to get a taste of it first. Quite annoying, if you ask me, because I'm limited to the laptop that I use everything for, including my, like every time you see me or I'm editing it, it requires usage of my laptop, which it just frightens me because it's like my only device and it's like 7 years old, now pressing 8 years old. Just concerned that like it's just not going to last much longer, you know. This is the alchemy table that we ended up at when I was grabbing the bolt tongs thinking they were something special. Anyway, so that's that side of the map. We can now go up and continue exploring across this bridge, and then we can grab some additional items. Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'll try and see if it's compatible with Steam Deck, because playing on my laptop just not going to make a lot of sense. It just doesn't, despite it being a gaming laptop and whatever else, like its age is showing, and I don't want to burn it out. It's already at the point where I'm like, I already have performance issues just with streaming alone and things like that, so I refuse. I just tanked that like a boss. Oh my gosh. Quit that. They slap so hard. Hard slaps. Okay, so we are going to be going this way. There's a few ways to explore. Honestly, the first thing I would do though is you just come in here, and this bow is incredible. It's called the Thunderous Great Bow. You need a decent amount of stats for it and attributes, but also you want to grab the Archer's Quicken Gloves, which you can find multiple copies of. But this Thunderous Great Bow is really good because it when you shoot a bow, you have to have it fully drawn, of course. It's going to cost 15 mana, and then it'll deal 30 damage in like the area. So it's just a nice chunk of extra damage that's like just magic or electric or lightning type damage. So you just need 5 strength, 4 dex, and 4 spirituality. So this is the bow that I've now graduated to as my stealth arch, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it. I love Spiteful Arch, though. It's probably still, in my opinion, slightly better. Just this one deals so much more base damage. The Archer's Quicken Gloves, they allow you to increase your draw speed, so you can get to the full draw speed, or the full draw, if you will, much faster. So also very good. And if you're going bow, you're going to have dex, you know, so you're going to be great. So these are really, really good items. Just to let you know where they're at, they are going to be in the Horns of the South area, specifically near the Crypt of Sewell First Foot, and just in the Sunken Village on the Rampart Wall. And they're going to be on the highest kind of wooden scaffolding area. So that's where you obtain both of those items. Very, very good. You could always drop down from there, but I'm just an old man. My knees aren't what they used to be, so we're going down here. So guys, make fun of me if you want to, but I have I've been trying so hard to like get started doing some sort of like exercise or working out, and we get the Hailstone spell here as well, and of course like a little jewel. The Hailstone you can actually get from earlier on. It's much earlier on, and when you're in the very beginning of the Horns of the South area, and it's just an ice spell, so pretty cool. But anyway, so my wife and I went to like a row class this Sunday, and a sprint and jump across this. And I had never done it before. Well, I had used the machine. I've never gone to like a workout class before, but I had gone and I've used the machines before, like because they had them in college and things like that. And anyways, it's like a 45-minute class, and you do like a bunch of rowing, and then you do like a little bit of floor work with like some weights and stuff. And it's like lightweight stuff, but it goes like it's like all based on like going to exhaustion essentially, or to failure. So it's like good stuff. Like definitely the way. Like one thing is like I used to love working out. I never loved working out, but I used to work out because I was like really big into martial arts and whatever else. So I was like I understood the need for it. But long story short, I liked the program. It was fun and I enjoyed it. But man, it was hard. I literally thought I was gonna die. Like I knew it immediately. I was like, I gotta start focusing on my breathing from the first second, because if not, I'm gonna be so out of breath. I'm gonna feel like nauseous or like lightheaded or whatever. And man, I was beat. I was beat. But it was actually a pretty good experience, and we signed up for it. So It's like, all right, so now a few times a week I'm gonna go and do that because I am in great need of like improved cardiovascular health because I'm just not in good shape anymore, and I just have certain health issues already. So it's something that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing it. So my wife and I signed up. We're like, cool, and she's already in good shape and she's getting in better shape. But me, I'm like, I haven't done anything. And then of course the sedentary lifestyle where I have to stream and sit down for a period of time. I'm always sitting because then I'm having to record footage even when I'm not streaming. So it's like I'm always sitting down, you know. So it's nice to like do something and get that my heart health and stuff good again because I'm like I gotta start moving around. But anyways, cool. I thought it was cool. The ambergris. It's actually ambergris. That is the funny thing is you can find those in multiple areas, but the ambergris key is where we stayed, I think, and when we went to Belize years and years ago. Anyway, so rowing's fun. It's hard. It's not easy at all. It's like 45 minutes of just constant movement, and like I was so tired. I feel good today, and you feel good after. You still get that high, you know, whenever you work out. But man, I'm just not used to working out anymore. But I'm like, it made me glad. I was like, okay, I could survive a 45-minute class, so I want to make sure I continue doing it. Anyway, so that's going to be the extent of the lore. I mean, not the lore. That's my lore. But the extent of the gear you can get from that particular area. Really, really good area. There will be more lore and stuff that we can explore a little bit later on. But what we can do for now is we can start making our way back and finishing up some other quests. We're going to go chat with this weirdo over here. And this area is so awesome whenever you actually get to experience it. We're not going to get the full effect, unfortunately, just yet, but we are going to pick up a quest item while we're here. And some pretty cool items as well. So, I don't know. I thought this guy was the guy from the jail cell that was all like philosophical, but apparently he's not. The dialogue choices made me think that we had seen him before. So it says, haven't we met before? We were both prisoners at the island asylum. And so he doesn't remember it. But anyways. We'll just exhaust his dialogue. I don't think there's anything wrong we can say here. He's very long-winded. He talks about the druids flooding the village and whatever else.
Before you go, I understand. You can come keep me company.
Alright, so he's weird. And then we have the coin purse. We have Old Steel Fang. This is interesting because it's so easy to miss, and even in the proper daylight, it's still really difficult to see. But this says taking damage increases your armor by 25% for 3 seconds. So like if you get hit, you get increased armor resistance immediately. This just increases your max health, and then these are just consumables for mana. But this right here is the broken gong. That's what we're going to be needing. And then I want to say that is about it. I actually almost missed the item whenever I first, like I had to walk down. I was like, wait, there's something here. And that was the item. So yeah, I think we're good now. This is a really, really cool area and great, great lore. We're going to find out some more stuff about in due time. I've never swam in the darkness before. So I don't know if there's like fish that can hurt us or something, but to my knowledge, I don't know. I usually immediately plant a bonfire. There are going to be some instances where we purposely go into night and travel, and we'll be doing that before long. Okay, so just like in real life, I would have my back against something. We'll talk to this buddy. Was this gong already here in your time?
Perhaps. I cannot say for certain. My memory remains too.
Arthur, you don't remember anything, bro.
Seems familiar. I do not feel my soul bound to it.
You should.
But I know our path shall lead us here. One way or another.
He's not lying. It's gonna definitely lead us here very shortly.
Beyond this gate, something
Yes. Something amazing. Something Lovecraftian, Matthias.
Truth soon enough.
And Colby, because I know you love Bloodborne. Matthias just likes anything Lovecraft. Me and Colby got this Bloodborne love. Level up, we're going to go ahead and level up our endurance to 8. Now we get the full benefit of the armor. And then now we can see here. I don't care much for the lifesteal. No. Stun's fine, but honestly they're all getting jacked up. I think we now go into looking for armor. I want to say it's practicality. There you go. Increase our armor value just enough. We'll continue bumping that up actually to the max before we then go for additional damage. Now I'll go ahead and rest. Wait until the weirdness is gone. Okay, Matthias, let me read your comments. In regards to what you said earlier about your fear of the ocean, dude, you'd never catch me ever in the ocean. For one, I can't swim, or at least not well enough. Yeah, I mean, I can't swim that well. Like, I can survive, but it is not, I'm not like, it's not fun for me to like, let's go, like, jump off a boat. Like, there's nothing that it's appealing to me in that regard, like, at all. That to me is just reckless. I would never do that. But again, it's because my skill level and my swimming, like, strength, it's just not there. But I mean, if you can swim, great. If you can swim and teach me, even better, because I'm all about knowledge. But none of the teachers or swimming teachers or none of my swimming lessons have ever been productive because everybody's just like, it's easy, it's easy. It's like, no, it's not. Like, especially if you're already scared like myself. So, all right, shark snacks. After watching Open Water, I'd never go into the ocean. Oh yeah, shark snacks. Yum yum. We're gonna go here in just a moment. Hey, my wife's finally home, I think. Raphael, ¿cómo ça va, mon ami? Well, hello there, long time no see. How was your day and what game did you try? What is this game? This game is called Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. It's one of my new favorite RPGs. If you like Bethesda games like Skyrim or Oblivion or anything like that, it is perfect. It's such a great game. It's not without its flaws, but just like those games, it has tons of bugs, whatever. And but all in all, it's a great experience. I absolutely love the game, so tons of fun. I have not tried. I tried the Elden Ring, the Night Rain demo, like we had talked about in the past. And honestly, let me show you guys where this keeper is. Once you're like actually in the sunken village area, when you come across and you follow the coastline here, just go into this area and you're gonna find a body. It's gonna have a keeper. One of the keeper tags you need to turn in for the achievement, of course, and an origin potion. But I did try Night Rain. Wasn't really impressed with it. It didn't really do anything particularly well. Not even the Souls-like aspect. It was unpolished, and the roguelite aspects just weren't enough to keep me coming back. So no, I'm not interested in doing anything more in that game. But I'm sure people will enjoy it, and I'm sure it's going to perform well, you know, as does any FromSoft title, essentially. But yeah, nah, not interested. Can't wait for Duskblood. Same, but I can't wait until it comes to a proper console, not Nintendo Switch 2. I'm not going to get it when it first comes out. I'm not going to play it until, unfortunately, it comes out for PS5 or Xbox One or whatever Xbox. Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4, cool. I've not played Deltarune. I've played Undertale. There they come. The mowers. Going one more run over. Let's see. Raphael says that game reminds me of Skyrim. Yes, it's very much like Skyrim. Actually, it's the same type of game, open world RPG. Fishing World says, "What level are you?" On this file, I don't know. Probably pretty low. I'd probably say I'm not even level 10 yet. I'll show you in just a moment. Actually, we're probably level. I'm gonna guess 22, 15. I don't know. Let's go with 20. Monster Blood. Now we've got the spell Calm Animals. The druidic spirits are grateful. Why, thank you. Why, thank you, kind sir. So, like, some of them, like I said, don't glow blue, and some just glow, like, yellow. I don't understand the difference. And, like, here I can't, like, make a second offering. But at the one near the mansion, I could make multiple offerings. So, very strange to me. I'll show you my level. I'm level 19, Fishing World. on this file. I have an off-stream file where I'm like level 39 or 40, and I'm in the second area. But I'm doing this one with you guys, along with you guys, so I'm just level 19, doing a two-handed versus my stealth archer that I'm doing off-stream, as well as a battle mage that I'm doing with my 100% file. So, Colby says, I really enjoy swimming. The ocean doesn't scare me as much, but rivers are spooky. Can't see anything in there. Still fun to swim, though. So what about lakes, Colby? Like, how do you feel about lakes? Like, I think the visibility in lakes is just so bad as well. That kind of makes me panic a little bit. And then the fact that sometimes I just feel like it's, I don't know, like, it just gets deep all of a sudden, like suddenly, you know? There's not like a slow progression. It's like, nope, you're dead. It's just deep. That's how I feel anyways. Nothing down there, okay. Fishing World, did you get my level? I'm level 19. Raphael says, it's still a demo. Maybe they change something and get more update in the future. Maybe add the option to play with a team of 2 and not only 1 or 3. Well, it ain't a demo. It's a full game now. Night Rain is fully launched as of the end of May, so it's, I mean, the fact that they're having the multiplayer issues, that's with any multiplayer game, so I don't knock them for that or anything, but they've never really done multiplayer too well. The way they incorporated it was pretty neat. But then after a while, it's kind of like expected. Okay, you have your invaders, you have your different factions. You know it's going to disconnect all the time. It's really hard to match make, you know, things like that. So that's just always been an issue for Souls games. But no, I don't. It's definitely not a demo. It's the full game is launched. So, and it's already sold like 2 million plus copies. So it's doing well. It's just not a game I'm interested in necessarily. Okay, so there was another part of the quest that I wanted to complete. I guess we can come back here. The quest for Sigibald, actually, not the 1%, but we'll come here too. Raphael says, a game that gave me a really scary sensation in the water was a game called Subnautica. Ooh. I've never played Subnautica, but I think I own it. Okay, so we cleared out the mansion that her husband doesn't even know she purchased. Kind of is what it is.
Always violence.
Hold on. And then Colby says, yeah, there's no current, so you don't get to see anything in there. Not to mention you may be swimming in dead water, which is gross for like bacteria and stuff. That stuff just freaks me out, you know? Favor of the Druidic Spirits of the South. So once you've activated all of the Druidic Shrines, I guess you get this benefit here. I didn't think I had done all of them just yet. That's what that kind of threw me off. But we're looking kind of cool. Our armor even has like a little 6-pack in it, which is pretty badass, in my opinion. Hope there's crossplay on Night Rain. You know, I don't know if there is. There should be, though. I know that was the thing that kind of bothered me.
You are.
Let's see what Alicia has to say, or Alice, whatever her name is.
Mercenary I hired to clear out that seaside estate I told you about.
You did what?
Well, you told me to deal with it, so I did. You didn't expect me to just sit on my hands while surrounded by unwashed fishermen, did you?
Look, I'm sorry about my wife. Whatever she told you to do, forget about it. I'll pay you for your trouble.
Well, your wife was very insistent. Colby says, highly recommend Subnautica, even if the ending was kinda underwhelming. Well, the thing is, in my opinion, Subnautica is, at its core, a survival game. So survival games are typically not too strong in story, and if they do have good story elements, the endings are always underwhelming, because it's just like, hey, you gotta keep playing anyways, right? So the endings typically, like, you know, like Conan Exiles, one of my favorite survival games before they started doing the whole, like, completely neglecting the console version of the game. And by the time they went full battle pass, which I was so excited about, the game was unplayable on the Xbox One. So it's like, I don't know, it was just impossible to play, performance-wise. So I loved that game so much, and I played offline too. So I don't know why the performance was an issue, but it was. Nonetheless, survival games, I think, are awesome, and they can have really good lore, but typically the actual, whether they be cutscenes or story progression or the endings, it's usually kind of weak. Like, you usually have to kind of do it all yourself, or the ending's just like, hey, I made the boat, I'm out now, and that's it, right? It's never like some life-changing thing, unfortunately. You should really try Subnautica, says Raphael. It's really a game that helps you get along with your fear of water, and it has a good story too. You know, that would probably help me, honestly. Kind of like playing Bloodborne and every Souls-like that had giant, disgusting rats. It kind of helped me deal with my fear of rats, honestly.
Trust me, I can imagine. Unfortunately, she often gets lost in her enthusiasm. We weren't, at least I wasn't planning on staying here any longer than necessary. We have no need for an estate.
She bought a whole house.
One I simply do not share.
That's too funny. But I've already done what she asked me.
You have? Oh, that's wonderful. I can start planning the welcoming banquet. I'm thinking sea foam made of spun silver.
Nice.
Dancers dressed as alluring sea.
That would be awesome. How's the mowers again? I don't know why they come by the same patch of grass 30 different times, 2 hours apart.
Just to have dinner, are they?
Dear gods, Duncan, you're so plebeian.
Plebeian.
Of course they will come. Besides, there must be some important people here.
Not really.
Weren't you just talking with them? You can invite them too.
Good luck with that. Are you sure that place is safe now?
It's perfectly safe, Lady Elisa.
Oh my, how polite. I wouldn't have expected that from such a vagabond. Ah, but no matter, for I now have the delightful task of decorating an entire house.
And I'm gonna take your wife.
Truly it is. Now, we must get in touch with that splendid woodworker from Camelot. You know the one. He made those exquisite cabinets for the Gévaudan. Oh, and don't forget to pay...
What is Gévaudan, Raphael?
At least someone in this godforsaken place turned out to be useful.
Yes, dear.
Why don't you
Yes,
come
dear.
to us once we're all settled, And don't fret. There's no need to make yourself too presentable. I highly doubt we'll be entertaining any important guests just yet.
Just so you know, that particular option that I selected was... I don't know how important it is, but it does give you a lot more dialogue, and it then alludes to the fact that she's going to be staying there. You can then visit the mansion, the seaside mansion, and then further progress the quest, and then you can eventually get to the romance part where she's a potential romance option. One of, I believe, 3, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, I can't count very good, so. What is Gévaudan, Raphael? Do you know what Gévaudan means? Colby says, my partner used to be deathly afraid of clowns until she worked for a haunted house and exposed herself to scary clowns a lot. Exposure therapy works a lot. Yeah, it does. It really does. I agree with that, like, very much so. But, I mean, what do you expect me to do? Like, put my hand in a pit of rats or something? There's no way. So Bloodborne was the next best thing. Like, any kind of, like, medieval kind of title. I'm going to go this way, actually. Any kind of like medieval type title or whatever, you get a sci-fi fantasy or a medieval fantasy, I should say. You're gonna have dungeons, and there's gonna be rats and typically giant spiders. I don't mind spiders much at all. I do not like roaches, and I do not like rats. They absolutely like it's like paralyzing fear when I see a freaking roach or a rat. I just can't deal with that. But you know, playing games and stuff, they typically have them, you kind of get a little bit more accustomed to seeing them. And then you kind of also, your fear of them lessens because it's like, oh, I can defeat them or I can handle them in some way. So, just like in real life. Just like in real life. You can crush all your fears. Let's talk with him again.
A few of us have to win here. Ooh, cunning.
So speaking to him again now gives us a location of his gambling winnings, so it'll be on the beach near the village. Let's go ahead and drop off some of these items here as well. So the great axe I thought was neat because it's two-handed, and you don't really see too many of those. Trial of Death, it's pretty cool. We got the fishing rod finally. That was crazy. I can't believe I didn't have that. What a scrub. Honestly, I'm glad those don't weigh anything. Okay, good. Calm Animals, that's a fun spell. I wish that, man, it just, they're kind of heavy on the stat requirement, so we're gonna definitely go heavy armor instead. Robes of the Waning Moon. Get rid of the quickening gloves. We're gonna sell everything else. The Knight's Greaves, honestly, I could wear them. We'll deposit them for now in the stash until like I can actually wield that much weight. Like it just seems pretty heavy. And I don't want to be too slow, honestly. Or else we have to have a bunch of swift steps stuff, right? Guess that might be a thing. I know, I'll need those potions, but I also have a million others. Get rid of these. It's funny because I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 other of those scales. So it's interesting because like it's a consumable that helps you for 10 seconds. So it's like, if it's that rare, like I would never take it because I'm only going to get help for 10 seconds on something that there's only like 3 of in the whole game. Like, no. I'd like to keep mine, thank you. Raphael says, and I think it's good that you do Subnautica and after that try Subnautica below 0. Oh, is it like the sequel or DLC? Subnautica 2 will fully launch. No way. With multiplayer, it's going to be awesome and it can change from the game that you play. Yeah, it's a nice change. I do like survival games. Those are kind of like my guilty pleasure. Like, those are the games I like to play alone. Like, I play everything with you guys typically. Roguelike. So here's my favorite. Souls-likes are RPGs, I would say. That's my favorite. Souls-likes are just a fun, like, subcategory of RPGs. But, like, action RPGs or open-world RPGs, absolute favorite type of game. Then you have Metroidvanias, which I haven't played in a very long time, but I love those. Second, I love them that much. Then roguelites like Dead Cells and whatever else. I absolutely love games like that. And then I would say survival or horror, and like survival or horror. But if if we're gonna go top 5, it'd be probably horror and then survival or survival and horror, just depending on my mood. Because survival does take a lot of commitment, like time commitment, and sometimes I just can't. But I usually play those like on my own. I would certainly play those on stream, but it's just funny because I don't know how much you guys would like to do that. Because I'm like very like, okay, let me build this perfect little place and let me have my thralls build stuff for me and let me have the dancing ladies, I need all those things. Makes me feel good. But yeah, I loved Conan Exiles, for example. That was probably one of my biggest exposures to it. I initially started and tried to play, what was it called? 7 Days to Die. And it was terrible. I think I died to like a lightning strike or something. I remember I was like, what the heck is going on in this game? And yes, that is pretty much what happened. Let me see here. I don't know why, but the game doesn't seem to be auto-saving as much. And it hasn't crashed in forever. No, it's auto-saving, so every 3 minutes. But I wouldn't believe it because I don't see the autosave happening. But anyways, let's go pick up that treasure real quick over here. Let's go pick up the treasure. And then we're going to go fight a 4-dweller, and then that'll be about 3 hours. And even though it was a later stream, we definitely satisfied the 3-hour commitment that I like to do. This is the chest where Sigibald hid his winnings. So we have coin, good amount to, wine, a golden ring, silver goblet, a knife +4, and the Keeper's Cape. Very cool. So the Keeper's Cape should be pretty fun. Maybe, let's see. Ooh, increases incoming healing by 20%. Not bad. 3 strength, 3 dex. Wow, you need like every single attribute in the world, though. But does it look cool? That is actually all that truly matters. It does look pretty cool, but it's got the scales, which I'm not really rocking the scales right now, and it kind of clashes. Kind of clashing. And it's not going to give us a benefit anyway, so we can unequip that. Make sure that you always unequip and don't drop, okay? Whenever you're actually navigating the menus on your own, because it's really easy to mess up. It is. Okay, so that's Sigibald's stash. Thanks, Sigi. Just so that you know, it's right on the coast and it'll be directly on this area on the map. I want to make sure you guys see that as well. Boop. All right, let's see. Matthias says, I can't remember. Did I tell you Inhuman I'm playing Blades of Fire? I'm actually enjoying it in the story so far, and it's kind of fun trying to think up creative names for the weapons. I would definitely, if I just had like, if I would have got like a free copy of that or something, I definitely would have played it. I went back and enjoyed the demo, and I was like in a much better kind of like way to, like, you know, better mindset, and the game's actually pretty solid. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Got through most of the demo. I would have loved to have had like free access to the game or something, but unfortunately, it would then have just been another game that, you know, I would have had to cover and then had to purchase full out. So I was like, didn't necessarily want to do that. But Raphael says, well, just wanted to talk to you with you, but it's getting late, almost midnight, so I'm gonna go to sleep. GG's. Take care, Raphael. And I will try Subnautica. I'll see if it's something that I enjoy, especially with the water. That's gonna be kind of scary. But yeah, good night and good day. Either way works for me. It's only 5 o'clock here, but take care, Raphael. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, mon ami. All right, we're gonna go this way, and now we're gonna go face off with the cause and the source of Cole's nightmares. I don't think I have the 50 wood, so that's fine. Last voyage, which one's that? I see a darkness. We're gonna go here. So right next to the arch spire, there's gonna be these writings on the wall here. They were here before us, surprised many questions. We investigate if their work was safe. Great power flows within it. Incomprehensible to us. Weirdness cannot help us. We approach it humbly. Hello. Did you not know? Whoa! Did you not notice me? That was awesome. And it was slow-mo too. Love those skills. We approach with respect. The tower allowed us to discover its potential. We don't know what it once was. We know that now it is the way home. Be careful, pilgrim. When you enter, your soul must be strong and pure. I have no worries about the purity of my soul. Alright, so now the next thing you want to do is you're supposed to rest. So the quest says to rest at their old spot and camp out. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. The armor looks cool. I like it. I'm a big hulking guy. We're gonna rest up. I don't know if much matters, but... Oh, lovely. What? How come that's not working? Oh, there you go. Sleep. You gotta sleep in the little sleeping bag or whatever instead of resting at your camp. This will then take you to a loading screen, which leads you to this dream sequence. So we're like in this different dimension now. And this is what the source of the shared dream as well. And they're gonna realize that it wasn't necessarily a dream, but again, like transcended into another realm. Astral projection. Groats and oats. Oh god, I touched the pork. Ah, and the canine meat. Gross. Okay. I feel better now. Unclean meat. We're gonna go this way. Again, this area is more about like, whoa, the ambiance and stuff. There's not like tons of loot or anything like that. It's more about like, what the heck is the heck is going on? That scared me. That was really loud. Why? Ew. There's nothing here. That's just creepy. I'm sorry. But if somebody said I need help and they sound like that, do you really think I'm gonna go running to that? He said I'm hungry first, which is even worse. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is the only path you can take. That was terrifying, by the way. So bright in here. Okay, there's that area which we will go to, and then you're gonna see that there's like this little, it's like a dead end essentially. I thought there was gonna be some sort of like, oh, you get a key and you can interact with these little orbs. But nothing. So this is kind of a dead end. Well, not kind of, it just simply is. I'm gonna go this way. And then you're gonna see a brother down there. That's our quarry. I'm just kidding, that's our target. That's the source. Oh, whoa, I can speak with him? Hold on. When I was a stealth archer, I just sniped him. Yeah.
Just for a brief moment. It won't hurt.
I got you. What do you need, man? What did you do to Cole?
So you've come here to save that man. So you cannot help him now. His humanity has been devoured.
Ew. He's creepy.
He has been freed from this pointless human existence. My death will change nothing. It has gone too far. Instead, let me taste your blood. You too.
I would just bite him. Like, I'll be like, sure, and then I'd bite his neck instead of him biting me, and then I'd rip out his jugular, and then I'd win. Who are you? Astral projection. I do remember Matthias, and then I remember saying that it kind of reminded me of Insidious, was it? Was it Insidious, I think? But that would be an excellent game, I think, even too.
I was imprisoned years ago by your king. Human, but inhuman at the same time.
He said inhuman.
I suffer, I wither, I am defiled. They left me here to endure hunger and pain. I cannot bear this form. It is twisted and unbefitting of a fall dweller.
It is a creepy thought. That's why I've never attempted it, because I imagine if it's something you can do, I could probably pull it off, and I would be terrified because I wouldn't know how to get back, and that would be bad. I like dabbling with that stuff, you know? What do you want to do? Apratakak, or whatever your name is.
Let me taste your blood. I need just a little. Let me bite you. To ease the pain.
Let's let him bite us. And if he does anything crazy, I'll just kill him. He bit Cole. That's what happened. I never knew he could speak. I just sniped him when I was a stealth archer, and he then almost died. And I was like, oops. Very well, bite me. He sounds like the guy from No Country for Old Men. Sorry. It's inhuman. You make it sound like that's a bad thing. He died? That's my bad, bro. Oops. Hitting a target that has a 25% chance to build up frenzy? What? He looks so cool. That's different, guys. I've never experienced that, so that's my bad. I didn't know that. I was just gonna fight him. You can't read that, which is weird. Okay. Well, whoops. Kicked his ass. Didn't even mean to. Out we go. Matthias says, Insidious originally started with the idea of astral projection and a malevolent entity in that realm, but it never said anything about an entity that could infect you with the ability to drag others. Ooh, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Because they willingly went into there. That's true. Oh, even when they're awake, that's even more terrifying, yeah. Nope, yep, that's scary. That's way scarier. Let's go talk with Beatrice. What is this? Hunt for Weir Deer. The Veer Deer. What is this? Oh, I know that one. Roots of Knowledge. I saw something about the last voyage or something. What's that? Nothing. I know not of what they speak. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they're coming back, the lawn mowing team. They're back again. Well, she's not in the cage anymore, or he's not in the cage anymore. Beatrice, where's your husband?
Oh, it's you. Did you hear? The keeper was cured. Cole wasn't so lucky. He's fallen into a strange state. A while ago, one of Fergus's men came by and told us, "You're bloody lucky Mahon got better." As the only reason we're still allowed to stay in the village.
Tell me about Cole and the strange state he's in.
Just sits there.
Oh, that's right.
I had a feeling something might. I wish you tried.
Yeah, we're just too late.
I've been. He's not. Most of since that.
So pretty much she's like, yeah, we're just gonna stay here and he's crazy. I think he'll come around. Now this, I'll end Cole's suffering. She's like, no, don't do that. I already know that. I tried this one and this one. I've never tried this one. Maybe this?
What?
There you go. Never mind, never mind. You can be with your loser husband then. He's over here just being stupid. Just because that thing bit you, you don't have to be a pansy the rest of your life, you know? Just saying. If a demon bit me, I'd slap it for, and then I would get over it after a while. Can imagine. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure I have 50 wood, but there was something that I saw that just threw me off. Oh, not the weird deer. Ancient Crown, like we need to go there next. Okay, so yeah, essentially what we're gonna do is the next go around, we need to go to the Smuggler's Bay or whatever, which is right here. And yeah, we'll continue completing those quests. So we'll go there, and then we're gonna go back to here, and we're gonna go meet the Queen Bee, and then we're gonna complete the Druidic Ritual. We'll heal Dressed, and then we have some really cool quests here. Actually, this is like the entrance to Kuanacht, but here will be kind of how we end the Horns of the South area. Then we'll be jumping into Kuanacht, the second area. That will be pretty much completely new because I haven't been able to put enough hours into to finish the game off stream so I can show you guys 100% on stream. So we're going to be exploring it together, it seems like. Anyways, you guys are awesome. I want to say thank you all so much for joining me today, especially on this later stream. We will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting this, from this point forward, essentially, so we can allow myself to do other videos across the different channels. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be focusing on hopefully like some weekly guides. You'll see the demo for Hell Is Us at some point as well, and then you know, any type of reaction type content that I can come up with. And now that June is in full swing, we'll be able to kind of jump into that. But anyways, yeah, tons of fun. Let me see what Matthias has to say. Inhumans, like Hercule, Legends precedes him. He was or is so badass he slapped a demon and disrespected its mother. See? There you go. There you go. But yeah, we will pretty much need to finish Clair, Obscur, and Tainted Grail before, hopefully, either the Liza P DLC comes out, or definitely before July 24th, which is of course going to be when Wu Chang Fallen Feathers comes out. So those are two of the major games I'm looking forward to right now. After July, then we have August, which will be Lost Soul Aside, then September, which will be Borderlands 4, and then, you know, any point Liza P will come in at some point during that time, and then Ninja Gaiden 4 will come out in the fall, whenever that is, and then that's really it that I have. We'll then be cycling back through, completing any playthroughs that are left uncompleted, as well as any of the challenge runs that I haven't finished up yet, and then we'll just kind of cycle through, and then we'll pretty much at that point probably go back to like the 5-day streaming schedule. Just during the summer, it's important that I'm present and here for my daughter, because I want to make sure we're doing activities and really benefiting, and she's having the most out of her summer. So I want to make sure I cut back the streaming, that way during the day I can focus and be with her, and then I can end up writing scripts or whatever in the evening or something. So hope you guys understand. I really hope you guys enjoy the content across all the channels, though. Of course, Matthias is there. You go. See, told you. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for Wu Chang. So am I. Instant Entertainment says hi, but I have to say bye, my friend, because this is the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure in Tainted Grail. We will be continuing it on Wednesday, and of course, thank you for being the best part of my channel. Until next time, it's Inhuman signing out. Let me go yell at the